Well, you guys, look who's back. Andrew and Cody coming at you with a Thursday night special. Packers and the 49ers. A little bit late, but here nonetheless. Cody, how's it going?
It's going well, Andrew. We've just witnessed Green Bay Packers touchdown on the opening drive. Score is currently under review, but it was a deep bomb from Rodgers to who else? Devontae Adams.
Love it. I love it. Do you think it's a touchdown? I mean, it looked like the elbow was in, but it's close. The call on the field was a touchdown, I think, though, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna
So,
hold up.
yeah, so it needs undisputable evidence to overturn. I think it stands. Uh, on top of that, Aaron Jones active tonight, already getting involved early. 4 touches and just picking up like 7, 8, 9 yards every time this man's touching the ball. He looks good. I don't even know why he was even a question mark going into this game. He doesn't seem limited at all. He's running hard, running fast, no limp. Here's the call. Yeah, it's close, but that elbow looks like it's touching inbounds. And they gave it to him. Touchdown, Green Bay.
You're
Oh,
feeding.
all right, Cody, are you still behind?
Yeah, I'm still on commercials.
Oh, holy cow. All right, I'm going to be. All right, Cody, you're going to have to lead this.
Well, it's good to hear that Aaron Jones is ripping off those chunk plays. I
Can I
imagine
pause this?
maybe.
I can't. I can't pause it. I was going to see if I could pause it and wait 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, it's weird that you're so far ahead and we're both on the same service, but maybe it'll sync up at some point. But yeah, man, Aaron Jones, I imagine he is hungry to get back in, and what better time with Jamal Williams and AJ Dillon both out on COVID protocol. I was a little worried with Aaron Jones's calf injury there that we might be heading in with our fourth string practice squad running back. Thankfully,
Mm-hmm.
that's not been the case.
If Jones didn't play in this game, what do you think they would have done for running back? Would it been Dexter, the Dexter show, or do you think we would have done more Tyler Irving?
I think Dexter Williams probably would have been the lead, but honestly, I think we would have leaned heavily into short passing game as an alternative to the running game in that
Yeah, I
scenario.
think so too.
It's a nice little stat. Only team in the NFL that's scored on our first the opening drive of every game this season.
Yeah, no. And there it is with another one. We didn't have a single negative play. That's exactly how I wanted this game to start.
Yeah, man, we have so much success on the opening drive, which typically that's scripted stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta wonder if maybe it wouldn't hurt to throw some scripted stuff in at other points in the game.
I like that. Actually, it's a. Do you think we don't script our defensive plays at all? Do you think? Do we? We just react to the offense?
Yeah, I've never really heard of a scripted
No,
defensive series.
I didn't think so.
I can imagine if Mike Pettin did script one though, it would be.
Oh, they're going deep. No flag, no flag. Thank you.
I'm still on the kickoff right now.
Oh God! All right, man, you're still on the kickoff.
All right, I'm gonna try to exit out again and see if.
I'm on third down right now, man. I just saw 2 plays.
So I know that their starting left tackle Trent Williams is out on the COVID list. How's the line been holding up?
The rest of their line, one of the starters from last year retired, and then I think another one's on injured reserve. So I think they only have 2 starters from last year on the line. I think it's the 2 guards.
Well, no, I'm just saying, how are they looking tonight?
In the 2 plays I saw,
Yes.
um, they held up okay on the pass play. They ran 2 straight passing plays, um, and their line held up okay. I was gonna say that's something that we need to like when they do pass. I don't anticipate them passing much this game. I think it's gonna be a heavy run game for them. But when they do pass, we have to get pressure. Like we have our sack numbers are down, our turnover battle their numbers are way down from last year. Like geez. And our defense could not play any worse than it currently is, I feel. And we're relatively healthy. I know there's no Kevin King tonight, and we don't got Kirksey, but other than that, we're pretty healthy. I know Smith is dealing with like an ankle injury, and so is Gary, but they haven't missed time.
Dude, what the heck has happened to Kevin King? Is this a quad issue?
I don't know because this is his what 3rd game he's missed, or
Yeah, he's been out a
yeah,
while now. See, honestly, I think he's watching his chance at re-signing with Green Bay disappear.
yeah. I don't think that like he needed to have another full healthy year and a productive year for us to even like think about re-signing this guy, and he's been productive this year. Now, not the numbers like the interception numbers, but he hasn't been a liability, and he's been solid in coverage when he's played. But like, if he's gonna get like, do you think he's gonna like get like what like cornerback 1 money out there on the market from some team?
Well, it's going to be interesting going into next year since the cap won't really be
Mm-hmm.
increasing. I don't know if we're going to see as many record-setting contracts, but the thing is, every year there's a few teams that just have a boatload of money, and it only takes one of them to overpay a guy. Uh, the way I see it playing out, I think Kevin King is going to get a contract that's worth more than we're willing to pay for his availability.
So I was doing a Zoom.
I'm on 3rd and 4 right now. San Francisco had called a timeout.
Okay,
Snap.
I think you're a little bit caught up to me.
Nice stop. Nice stop.
Yep, that was a nice stop. We do
Forward the ball
punt.
for once. Actually tackled.
Yeah, we do punt. Didn't really pay attention to the punt too much. I don't even know if he fair caught it, but we do have the ball. It's a commercial for me now. Someone mentioned the fact that they see Kevin King going to Seattle next year, and then I started thinking about him like that actually sounds so perfect. He's tall and gangly like a Richard Sherman, and they love that type of a corner. And he doesn't like that's what they're kind of lacking right now. I was like, I can totally see Kevin King being a Seahawk next year.
Man, let them spend the money. I honestly don't believe he can stay healthy, and if they spend money on Kevin King, it's going to mean they can't like re-sign DK Metcalf or someone else.
So it's been a while since we've done one of these. A lot has happened, including the trade deadline.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Green Bay being in heavy negotiations with the Texans for Will Fuller, but the two sides couldn't make it work?
So every year since Gutekunst has been GM, we've always been hearing that he's in on the trade talks. He was in on the Khalil Mack trade talks, in on the Will Fuller trade talks, in on Le'Veon Bell, on Robbie Anderson.
They even called Antonio Brown.
Yeah, so they say that he's in on all this stuff, but we never managed to close it. And, one question that's popping up for me is why don't we have a backup plan for if the deal doesn't come through? The only trade rumor I really heard about was Will Fuller. Why didn't we have a backup? All right, we can't get Fuller. Well, how about John Ross for a 7th rounder or something like that?
Yeah, that probably could have gotten it done. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't, because there were a lot of receivers out there who were on the block and none of them got moved. Now, Will Fuller would have been nice, but I did hear that he was going to be just basically like a rental. Like we might not even be able to re-sign him. And if that's all you're looking for is just a rental, why not go get a guy like AJ Green for like a really late like day 3 pick probably, and then let him walk then.
Well, so I had heard, and granted, this is all rumor, so you never know. But I had heard that there were contract negotiations where they were hoping they could extend Fuller, and that was part of what was delaying things. But then
Hmm.
ultimately, it seemed like the main thing was the Texans wanted a second rounder. We offered a fourth. I would not have offered more than a fourth. So, frankly, I'm
Yeah,
okay with that trade
I,
falling through.
I think Texans asked for a second for Fuller. They weren't going to get a second. I think Green Bay offered a fourth. Um, I think maybe they were going to come close to maybe a third, but even that's probably a little too rich. What I heard is Green Bay wanted them to take on some of the money that he was owed. Like, so he would have, after the trade, Green Bay would have had to pay him like $5 million, I think, for the rest of the season. And Green Bay wanted San Francisco to like pick up a little bit of that money on the trade, and San Francisco, or not San, Houston just wouldn't agree to pick up any of the money, and that's where it kind of fell apart.
Yeah, man. If Goot wanted to steal a player and money from them, you really should have been talking in the off season back when Bill O'Brien was still running things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got fleeced DeAndre Hopkins for like a second rounder or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Gutekunst has the trade chops that someone like John Schneider has.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think he does. So I believe that Goot, he's done what he says he's going to do. He's going to be in on every trade talk, but that doesn't get you anywhere if you're not aggressive. I mean, just picking up the phone call and like asking what they want isn't enough for Green Bay fans. Like, it's kind of deceiving.
Aaron Jones looking good, looking good.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to see that because Aaron Jones is eating up this 49ers. It's the number one ranked rushing defense in the NFL right now, too.
Really?
Yes,
Man, we're getting great push off the
I
line.
know. And I know they have injuries across the board, including on the defensive side. Like Nick Bosa's not in there and D Ford's not in there, and they don't got Richard Sherman. But Nick Bosa's been out since like week 1.
Yeah.
And they're still ranked number 1 in the league in rushing defense. Like they're still a really good defense. Uh, you see Adams?
Man, Devontae Adams
Yeah.
is so
I was
shifty.
gonna tell you everything they're doing so far is going to all the weapons, like option 1, and 2.
Dude, they're marching down the field right now. But I mean, after the way that Tampa game went, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We
Yeah.
started marching down the field in Tampa, and then the whole script flipped. Um, and also, I see Bakhtiari is still out with injury, so we've still got Billy Turner at left tackle. But things are looking good so far. Oh, Rodgers overthrows Adams. That could have been a nice chunk play.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Okay. I'll let you make a determination. Are you on second down right now?
Right now they're showing the replay of Rodgers' overthrow on Adams. So yeah, we're
Okay.
2nd and 10.
Yep.
Rodgers about to take the snap. We got a lot of motion going on here, and it looks like we're actually 5 wide at the moment. Okay. The Niners came with the blitz. Rodgers took the hot read to Tanyan, picks up
Yep.
about 5.
So give me your opinion on this third down play when it comes in here on your end.
Yeah, I'm trying to predict what they're gonna do. I mean,
What do you think they're gonna do? Actually, we could have some fun with this since I'm a little bit ahead and be like, what do you think they're gonna do?
I would love for them to do like a late release to Tanyan crossing on the opposite side of the play, but I think they're probably gonna go to Adams.
So definitely pass, you think?
Yeah.
All right. Well, holy cow, you're just the casual armchair quarterback and you think they're going to go Adams. Gee, wonder what a professional defensive coordinator is going to do. Think.
Dude, and
You
that was
saw it
it.
then, didn't you? That was a really good pass breakup by the corner. But again, he
Dude,
seemed to force feed Adams. I mean,
that was good coverage, man.
it was great coverage. I don't know why we didn't have. I don't know. Rodgers needs to start looking elsewhere. I know he doesn't have the ponies that is Devontae Adams, but man, just go through some progressions and.
Yeah.
You told me that was your best. That was your best option on that play. Was Adams streaking down the sideline and good coverage? Surely that was not your best read.
Dude, honestly, with the trade deadline passing with no activity, and we can talk about that more later. I'm really disappointed we didn't add anyone to the defensive line. But yeah, with picking up no wide receivers and with MVS just completely regressing since the beginning of the year, and EQ being pretty much invisible and having the dropsies, it is imperative that Allen Lazard get back as soon as possible, get back at 100%, because he's the only viable second receiver on this team. Rodgers, I just think he's losing confidence in
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
There's been so many drops, man.
It's been a problem. Drops and tackles on the defensive side. We've been, again, one of the notoriously worst tackling teams in the NFL. I mean, holy cow, man. Over the last 30 years, we've invested so much draft capital on the defensive side of the ball just to be nothing but average. Like,
yeah, and then the few select years where we
like 2 or 3 years.
Guess what? You go to the Super Bowl those years.
Yeah. We went to the Super Bowl that year when there was like 17 players on IR too. Like,
yeah,
I remember. Okay, I'm back. I got 1st and 10 San Francisco. So you let me know when you're hitting your stride here.
I'm still in commercials,
So Kamal Martin is out for COVID reasons. We still got Kirksey out, which probably means we're going to be seeing a lot of Ty Summers and yeah, Barnes there. Not Kamal Barnes, just Barnes.
Yeah, honestly, Barnes, I think he's been outperforming pretty much all of our draft picks this year. As an undrafted guy, he's been a find. You look deeply absorbed in whatever plays are happening right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing.
So they're starting Mullins at QB right now.
Yeah.
Right? Dude, I don't know if I've seen a team in recent memory that's gotten hit as hard with injuries as the 2020 49ers.
Yeah, it's been really bad, man. So it's been so bad that I heard that San Francisco called up Kevin White from the practice squad. Remember old Kevin White from the Bears? Kevin White is going to be making an appearance out there. I also saw that the 49ers cut Dante Pettis.
I did see that.
He got
1st down. Lowry actually had some nice pursuit and stopped an outside run for about 1 yard or so.
Yeah. Watch this next play, man.
Yeah, man. The fact that the 49ers are 4-4 despite all of their injuries, what a testament to their coaching. Like, that staff is just something.
I think I said this to someone earlier today at work. I said that I think the 49ers have the best coaching staff in the NFL.
Dude, are
hands down.
Kidding me?
Yeah, man. Yep, that's what I was staring at when you said I was looking so intently at the screen. I couldn't believe we freaking let that up, man. How do you just sit? Oh my God. They're going to do that again. It's typical Patton defense. so conservative and so passive. You drop the safety so far back that sure you're never going to give up a home run ball, but you're going to be giving up those 20, 25-yard crossing routes. They just
I
sit
almost
down right there.
That looked like a miscommunication on the zone. Josh Jackson handed the receiver off, and it looked like no one was there to
No
take
one
it.
was there. It very well could have been.
And then they rip off a 8-yard run after that. But
Yeah.
the thing that was disappointing to me on that play, well, first of all, it gave me flashbacks to the 2016 Falcons championship game, where Julio just dominated us. But man, the pass rush just non-existent. They got their backup left tackle in, and Nick Mullins was sitting back there for probably 5 seconds. Like, what on earth has happened to our pass rush this year?
Non-existent, man. The def. So there were some games last year where the defense like kind of won some games for us. Like when the offense sputtered, the offense didn't come out hot out the gates like it did this year. It was the defense who came hot out the gates, and the offense kind of struggled to like catch up. It's kind of the opposite now. Like I feel like if our offense just isn't explosive and putting up like 35, 40 points, we're not going to win. Like last week, we put up what, 21 points or something like that, 24 points.
Yeah.
Like we're going to lose our matchups if we do that week in, week out, because our defense just can't do anything.
And I mean, and that's why, I mentioned earlier, I was extremely disappointed that we didn't get any defensive line help at the trade deadline. I mean, after the Vikings and Dalvin Cook just manhandled us like ragdolls. Dalvin Cook had one of the most historically impressive games in the past decade.
Mm-hmm.
He accounted for 68% of his team's total offense. He had 4 touchdowns, I think 160 rushing yards, like 70 receiving yards. Just absolutely dominated us. And that's not going to cut it in the playoffs. And we don't do anything after that game. Like, every
Mm-hmm.
team in the league is going to run it down our throats until we prove we can stop it.
And that's kind of like what we're starting to see the 49ers do to us, I feel like. Besides that one passing play, it's just a matter of time before they want to get to a strong run game. It's kind of the 49ers bread and butter. I believe their running back tonight is Jerick McKinnon. I think he'll probably be the primary ball carrier.
So I just had a 2nd and 6 where Kingsley Kiki had a neutral zone infraction, so it brings it up to 2nd and 1.
You'll like this next play.
Yeah, is that Montravius Adams?
Yeah, Montravius Adams getting that backfield, making that tackle for a loss. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, he seemed to beat his man pretty quickly. He was waiting for the running back. Well, actually, no, he came in on block. It looked like the Niners designed it that way, and then McKinnon tried to cut it back. Adams just kept contained and was waiting for him. All right, so we're looking at a 3rd and 2. They are in the red zone. They've been running a lot of motion, and they run it, pick up probably 5 yards, first down.
They got 5 yards?
Yeah, right around there, it seems. So they're at 1st and goal now.
Was it McKinnon?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so. So goal line for you then should be 1st and goal for him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just doing that typical 49er offense, just starting to pound the rock. Wouldn't be surprised to see them just kind of stick with the run and maybe try to hit us on 3rd down or something like that with a play action pass. Hit like probably Kyle Juszczyk or Jordan Reed on a flat or something like that. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Ooh. All right. Well, we came close to a sack there. Mullins ends up throwing it away. It looks like it was probably a coverage causing that.
Yeah.
I mean, Mullins definitely had time, but just nowhere to throw. You know, one thing I got to say is, we were missing Kenny Clark so much early in the season. We kept waiting. When Kenny Clark comes back, things are going to improve.
Mhm.
He came back in Tampa. So we've had Tampa, Houston, Vikings,
Non-existent in the Tampa game.
Niners. Yeah, I don't know if I've said Kenny Clark's name since he came back, and I gotta wonder if he is playing at 75% or something.
He, you gotta assume he might be. Now he doesn't show up on the injury report anymore. At least not that I believe. But I mean, are you first and goal right now? Or are you on second goal?
I'm on third and goal. Am I ahead of you now?
No.
All right. Third and goal looks like
Are
it's
you?
probably from the 4-yard line. Mullins in the shotgun. Looks like they got confusion in their receipt timeout. Yep. Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
You can't
Just
be
watch.
spoiled.
Just watch. I don't know.
Yeah, so since the last time we recorded with that Tampa debacle, we came out the next week and we beat up on Houston pretty good, although our defense gave up more points than I'm comfortable with. Uh, and we're hoping that Tampa was just a blip and that we would start gaining momentum again. And then the Vikings just punched us in the mouth at Lambeau, completely dominated the game. And they say that the good teams don't lose two in a row. What?
Yeah. What do you think, man? What do you think?
How are they ruling this a touchdown? He clearly drops the ball before he even hits the ground.
But they kind of changed the rule a little bit where like I don't know, like the second you like have possession and you're in,
He
it's
gets
a touchdown
one
even if you lose it after.
he gets 1 foot in, by the way. He doesn't get two in. And then as soon as he hits the ground, ball pops out. Oh, actually, I guess he does technically get that second foot in at the last second, but he does not maintain possession through.
I don't know. I hope it gets overturned, but we'll see. I don't think it will. I don't think that they will, but I hope it does.
Dude, this league is so ridiculous that we still don't know what the hell a catch is.
They keep changing the rules on like a year to year, but there's no consistency, man. There's no consistency. I'm still on a commercial. I'm sure you probably just started these commercials.
Yeah.
So at first, like in the first replay, I was like, I don't know. But then I saw the other side where he got both feet in and he had the ball. And I feel like they're gonna like freeze frame that moment that he got the second foot in. They're gonna be like, that's a touchdown right there. Anything he does after that moment doesn't matter. Because there was a play I think last Sunday that I saw where it was the Gronkowski play. If you watch the Bucks game, I think on Monday night, Gronk caught a touchdown, came down with his feet, and almost immediately like a defender like knocked the ball out of his hands and it like bounced off the ground and then went up. But the ref still ran in and he's like touchdown, like because
I
for a split second he had it, and I was
I
like,
just don't understand the logic behind this. Like, why aren't they using the same rules in the end zone that they would anywhere else on the field? Like, if you hit the ground, you should have to maintain control through that entire catch. I
mm,
don't see why they're trying to do special rules. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Oh,
they made a decision. So what's your guess?
I think they probably keep it.
Okay.
I hope they overturn it, but yeah, I don't know. It's in San Francisco.
It's crazy that you even have to say that.
Uh, so while we're waiting for this to come back on my end, why don't we talk a little bit about a little bit of what's been going on around the league over the past couple weeks since our last recording.
Holy cow, so much has gone on around the league. Antonio Brown's a Buccaneer
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
league. What do you think he's gonna do? Like, do you think he's gonna be an impact player? I'm. The reports say that he's looked fantastic. Like the coaching staff can't believe he hasn't been out of football. He's been out of football for like a year and a half. It looks like he's literally still in mid-season form, as if he's been playing every week.
Um,
Well, you've probably seen that they did not rule it a touchdown.
they're just showing replays right now, so they overturned it.
They did. It is not a touchdown. They are going to be kicking a field goal.
Okay. Yeah, Antonio Brown. I mean, the guy's got all the talent in the world, but I just don't understand why Tampa would make a move with that much risk involved. They've already got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Gronkowski and OJ Howard and Cameron Brate and Leonard Fournette. Like they've got a bunch of offensive weapons. They've got the best defensive in the league. It's not like they were hurting for more talent and they bring in like the poster child for being a head
Yeah.
case. I think it could blow up in their faces. I hope it does. I mean, you've got three guys who are legit number one receivers, who all receivers are a bit of a diva inside. And
Mm-hmm.
then one of them is psychologically unhinged, possibly a rapist, threatened to assault his GM
Isn't that
in
crazy? Yeah.
Brooklyn. I don't understand why Tampa would make that move.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, I did do a whole podcast on this with Ryan that I posted about AB of the Bucks, and we really broke it down. I guess in hindsight, looking at it, I think I can see why, because they already got Godwin and Evans, and if it doesn't work out, you can cut Brown, and your offense is still dominant. It's still elite. I mean, it's almost just like Brown's just kind of like the cherry on top. Like you don't even need him. He's so freaking like. So he's basically going to be your wide receiver 3. So if you cut him, like how many teams really like are going to be missing their wide receiver 3 on a team? You know. So from that sense, I can see it. Holy cow! Am I glad he's not going to Seattle either, though. I mean,
Yeah.
with that offense, that'd suck.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tom Brady probably played a role in it, whereas like they think
Oh, he
like
certainly did because Antonio Brown's living in Brady's house right now.
what?
Yeah, they're roommates right now. Tom, as soon as Tampa signed Brady, Tom's like, "Hey, you got a place to stay?" He's like, "No, not yet. I just signed today." He's like, "Hey, come stay at my place." And yeah, Brown's living with Brady right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key to it working out is Brady keeping him in line, and even if they did end up cutting him, I think Brady has the leadership to keep that team together probably. So yeah, I guess I can see your point that if it doesn't work out, you cut him, and Brady probably keeps the ship going.
Mm-hmm.
Most teams, I don't think they could handle that.
You know, I'm not sure if you were watching Monday night. Well, if you watched the Monday night game with the Bucks, they said that like they don't even think that this is Brady's final contract. So he's still signing. He signed a 2-year deal, so he's going to be a Buck next year. But they think Brady's going to still keep playing even after next year. Like, man, that guy's going to be like 48 years old, still playing quarterback.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when Father Time catches up, it's like a ton of bricks. Like, I think we've seen that with Drew Brees this year. That he was a guy playing at an elite level the past several years, and all of a sudden he can't throw the ball 20 yards anymore. I I think Brady would be hard pressed to be playing at a quality level 3 years from now. But I mean, if anyone can do it, you got to give that guy credit. He is the greatest of all time. I will not debate
Yeah, I
that.
can't. Yeah, you can't argue that. I mean, even what he's doing now, if you look at his like stats and numbers right now, I think he's like fantasy's like number 5 receiver. He's got like 18 touchdowns already this year, like 2 or 3 picks. Like, geez, man, like awesome. He's just awesome. Looks like so. It's the end of the first quarter, by the way. You're still on commercial. I'm coming back here. Starting the second quarter for me right now. They're looking at 3rd and 4. If I had to guess, I think the second down play was a pass to Adams. I would be looking to do a screen or a dump off, maybe even a screen that was like over the middle. But that's me. So we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I mean,
Obviously, they won't do that.
that San Francisco defense, they have been bringing some heat so far, so you could turn that aggression against them. That said, though,
Let me
don't
let me
really
know when
so
you
far.
get. Tell me when you get the game back on.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But yeah, man, we don't really seem to run screens all that well.
No, and that used to be our bread and butter. But yeah, it's not working out for us too well under the floor area, and it really kind of fizzled out with McCarthy a little bit too. So I don't know. Uh, you would think that we would be good at it too because we don't have like a big beefy offensive line that isn't athletic or mobile. Like that's what you need for screenplays, and I don't know, man.
All right, so I am back. 3rd and 4, start of the second. We lead 7-3.
What do you think we do?
I think it's going to be a pass.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna say it goes to a tight end. Well, actually, shit, we don't even have a tight end. Jesus, we're going 5 wide. All right, I don't know, man. I guess
Oh,
Adam.
you're gonna get so fucking pissed off right now, dude. He fucking dropped it. He fucking dropped it. MBS drops another fucking pass, dude. Wide open, ruins the first down. Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me?
He could not have been more wide open.
This is why I did not. This is why I wanted him to make a move at the freaking trade deadline. I can't believe this guy's got to be on our team going forward.
Dude, he started the first 2 games of the year. He was playing very well. People were talking about, oh yeah, like this is going to be his breakout year. His confidence is shattered. Like he just, Jesus Christ.
It's gone. It's gone. I don't even know, like at this point, if you can even get it back. He's gone, man. He's not going to get re-signed by us, and I don't even want to re-sign him at this point. I want a completely fresh start at receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but on both of our punts so far, they've been very
Close. That was almost a block punt.
And on this past one, it was actually a bad snap that took up some of the time. I don't know what's going on there, but special teams not looking good so far. Mistakes on offense, stalling drives, and defense. They've let up big chunk plays. The run defense has been a little bit better than I would expect. Like they've been limiting a lot of the gains, but not enough.
Not enough is correct. I'm just kind of watching the first couple plays of the San Francisco drive. I'm not saying they're bad. They're just watching them.
Man, they've been
I'm
running.
like trying to analyze what players they have out there because I really don't recognize a lot of their players.
You just pick up an easy 12, 13 yards on an outside toss where they just blocked it perfectly. We didn't have a defender anywhere on them until after the first down.
I will say that no matter what happens the rest of the game going forward, we need to realize that it's basically a preseason offensive squad out there going up against our starting defense. So if this preseason squad, this like B squad of San Francisco, puts up mad stats and yards and points on us, that is terrible. Like Yeah, you probably just saw that pass play.
Yep. Yeah, the play action's killing us.
Yeah.
The pass
Hey,
rush
man. Hey, man,
nowhere near 'em.
just wait until you see these next couple fucking runs. Who is
Yeah,
38? Is that
that's
McKinnon?
the Shanahan offense. You're gonna run it, and then you kill them with play action. And that lets
Did
guys
we
like Nick Mullins look good.
do the Tampa? We did the Tampa game, right?
Yeah.
Just to make a mention of that Tampa game real quick. I want to know who in the offensive war room thought it would be a good idea to design outside toss plays against that Tampa defense, by the way. That was the worst idea I've ever seen with those linebackers.
Yeah, we don't even need to revisit Tampa, but
Okay.
watching this pass play, so they had a 1st and 10, they ran it. I'm
Positive
not seeing
plays.
Kenny Clark out there, and I saw Montrevious Adams literally got blown 10 yards off the ball on a
Yeah,
double.
he's not. Well, I can't give him too much flex. He did make that nice tackle for a loss, but it's just inconsistent, dude. Yeah, I saw Kingsley Kiki out there a little bit.
Kenny Clark's not on the field.
He's out there now.
Okay. Lancaster he looks in over his head. Lowry's shown some nice hustle this game.
For being
But
a lunch pail guy, yeah, he's been all right.
But dude, if we could have gotten Quinnen Williams from the Jets for a 2nd-round pick, is asking price. He was the 3rd overall pick a year ago, so you would have gotten a top 5 guy with 3 years left on his rookie contract. I don't know how you don't try to swing that deal.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All right, so they got
Yeah.
2nd and 16.
Okay, 2nd and 16.
How did that happen? They have a penalty?
They had a holding on the offense.
Oh Jesus! So they almost picked up 14 of it. Thankfully, their tight end just dropped the pass. We we have 0 pass rush, none. Mullins has all day back there, and we're going. This is Darius Smith against their left tackle, their backup left tackle.
Is it 3rd down yet?
Yeah, I'm looking at 3rd and 16.
All right, keep watching.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes!
yeah,
Yes!
dude, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Preston Smith finally got around that edge, put some pressure. That's what happens when you get pressure on the quarterback. Who was it that picked it off, by the way?
It was 24.
That Chandon Sullivan?
No, Sullivan. I think he's 39. I think it might be Kadar Holman.
Raven Green.
Raven Green. Okay.
Raven Green.
Wow, man. Yeah, look what happens when your highly priced pass rusher who has a half sack on the year actually puts some pressure on. Mullins tosses up a duck, and we pick it off. That's probably the first turnover we've had. Do you remember?
I was gonna say it to you. When was the last time you actually remember Green Bay getting a turnover on defense?
Who did we play before Tampa?
Detroit?
Detroit. Yeah, I think it was Detroit.
I don't think we picked off Stafford.
Yeah, I don't think we did either. Before Detroit, we had the Saints. I don't think we had any turnovers there.
No.
I
think they said it was the 3rd interception on the season, which is pathetic.
Last year, the defense, they relied so much on quarterback pressure and turnovers, and we just have not had that this year. For whatever reason. I don't know what the problem is, but...
We played the Falcons before. We played the Falcons before the Bucks, and we did not get an interception against the Falcons.
We might be going back to week 1 against the
We
Vikings.
played the Saints in week 3, and Breeze didn't throw a pick. Week 2, Stafford threw a pick in week 2. We have not had an interception since week 2. We are now in week 9. We went 7 weeks without an interception.
Yeah, man, it's scary that. So earlier when I was asking about what's been going on around the league, one of the things I want to talk about is, as bad as the Bears' offense has been, and honestly, I think they might be better off with Trubisky than Foles. But as bad as their offense has been, they're still, 5-3?
Are they 3 losses now?
I think
they might be, yeah, because they lost in overtime. So yeah, we have a 1-game lead over them.
But still, like, they are very much in contention to win this division. We have not played them yet, and they have the sort of team that could beat us, namely a defense that can pressure Rodgers and an offense that can take the field. Okay, yeah. Niners just swatted Rodgers. Like, they came
Yeah,
into
what a swat that was. It's looking like that looks like a Nick Bosa play out there, man.
I don't understand why are we playing Preston Smith against their backup left tackle? Why aren't we moving to Darius there?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Preston got the push, so
Yeah. I mean, that maybe this is his breakout game. Hopefully, guy's got to start earning his paycheck.
come on.
All right, second
Come
attempt. We do a draw. There we go, young man. First
So,
down. First down.
Aaron Jones is eating.
He's hungry.
He is carving up this 49ers defense right now, dude.
Thank God, man.
I will give you a small spoiler. We do run the ball again with Jones, and he does get a nice little chunk again on the next play. So
Okay. Yeah, man, that's the offense has to go through Aaron Jones. Like, that's when we're at our best. When he's balling out, that opens up the passing game. It opens up underneath stuff. Oh, that's a nice toss. Yeah, Jones. It's got to go through him. And I mean, Jamal Williams. He's played pretty damn solid in the absence of Jones.
But the offense is better with Jones out there.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the key thing is that Jones, he is a threat to take it to the house on any play. So even though stats might be similar between Jones and Williams sometimes, I think the defense has to change their game plan for Jones in a way that they do not for Williams.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
That's ugly. Rodgers should not have thrown that pass to Jones. It was about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage with defenders all over him. Should have just thrown that away. Jesus Christ. Did you see that replay where Billy Turner literally he just like got up behind Jenkins' butt? Like he wasn't blocking anyone. He just got right up on Jenkins and like, I don't know, wanted to butt fuck him or something. It was really weird. He wasn't looking for any San Francisco defenders.
Where are you at right now?
So I just had a 3rd and 8. Rodgers passes to Irvin for about 7 yards, and Irvin takes a hard hit.
All right. Do you think and they say first down. They signal first down.
First? Okay.
Yep, they call it first. So I'm on a commercial break right now. They're gonna challenge that, dude. But I want you to like watch it a little bit. It takes a while. You're probably about 30 or 40 seconds for seeing it. I want you to watch Kyle Shanahan throw this fucking challenge flag, dude. He chucks this motherfucker like he's looking like Pistol Pete Maravich. He fires from the hip on this like challenge flag. He like grabs it from the hip and like hip fires like a hip fire, like spraying it. It's awesome. Just watch him fucking flip this thing onto the field. It was the coolest thing. I mean, Sucks he challenged, but it was funny to see that.
He's gonna win that challenge. That's a really good camera shot showing that it's short. All right, yeah, I see what you're talking about now. So
Did you see the hip fire yet?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like he was skipping rocks out there.
Dude, he wanted to get that out quick.
So my question is now, because I think he's gonna win this challenge. I think the camera angle is very good.
Yeah, so do we go for it then?
I think LaFleur has shown to be a very aggressive coach. I think
I don't want to go for it. I don't want to go for it. Kick field goal.
Traditionally, you're on the road, take the points. Yeah, that's the wisdom. But this defense is so bad. I don't think LaFleur trusts it. Like, I think he trusts his offense to get 6 inches more than he trusts the defense to prevent San Francisco from marching down and taking the lead.
I think it's one of those games where you just kind of like get points when you can get them. We weren't guaranteed points on this drive. We're getting points off of a turnover. Don't screw this up. Don't let this INT go for not type thing. Like,
yeah. I think he's going to go for it, though. Or at least line up and see if they can draw him offside.
I think it's around the 20, right?
Yeah, right around there, maybe the 25.
So I guess if they don't, I don't know. You hardly see coaches ever kick field goals on like 4th and 1s when they're like in the opponent's territory now.
Dude, the rules favor the offense so much that.
Yeah, I know. They got analytics on that. Interesting.
But yeah, man. So looking at the rest of the league, like I said, we still lead the North, but the Bears are very much a threat, and we haven't played them at all yet. Vikings and Lions, they're probably going to fade out of contention. Seahawks, despite having a historically bad defense, they're still the leading number 1 seed because Russell Wilson is playing out of his mind. Cardinals, they're playing very impressively as well. Rams just had a surprising loss to the Dolphins, which that could really come back to haunt them.
Dolphins have been playing amazing lately.
Yeah.
They've been playing pretty good.
I made Brian
here, actually.
4th and inches.
No, we're not on the same.
All right, yeah, offense is lining up, 4th and inches. Tanyan in motion. All right. Yep, just trying to draw them off sides. They call the timeout. Going to take the field goal.
Or are they?
You tell me, PP.
I don't know. You gotta watch and see.
All right, so yeah, other teams. Saints are hanging tough in their division, and they do have a victory over Tampa Bay, I believe. I think
yeah, in like week 1. They beat in week 1, I think.
So, that could be huge because honestly, I think Tampa Bay is right now they're playing like the best team in the NFC. But if they get bumped down to like a wild card or something, that could be big.
Well, there's only one team. There's only going to be one team that gets a bye now going forward. So.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, we go for it, man.
All right, man, that was ballsy. We make it. Rodgers goes to his number 1, Devontae Adams, in tight coverage, but he makes.
I tell you what, if I'm a defense, I'm putting 2 cornerbacks on Devontae every freaking play.
Dude, like the defender was actually hanging off of Adams. That was clear.
I know, and they didn't even call a flag. How do you not call a flag?
He actually tears Adams' glove off of
Like
one hand.
Rogers like is looking at like the ref like, are you fucking serious, dude? Where's the flag?
Man, Jones running
Oh,
tough. This takes a big ass hit though. Uh, Stop it. Yeah, Jones breaking some tackles. Uh, God, man, it's just the offense is so predictable though. It's Jones or Adams because like Rogers just simply doesn't trust anyone else. I think he trusts Tanyan, but he doesn't trust any
yeah.
receiver.
So did you hear what James Jones said today? So James Jones played with Devontae, he played with Cobb, played with Jordy and Greg Jennings and Driver. So he was in that whole trio or that whole quad there. He said that Devontae Adams is the best wide receiver out of the entire bunch, which I started thinking about. He could be, yeah, he
Could
might
be.
be,
He's still got time to make that case.
yeah.
I would still say right now I'd probably take Prime Jordy over him, but Adams could certainly convince me.
I also
Third and
don't.
five. Third and five in the shotgun. Niners, are they bringing heat?
Oh, they bring heat.
Rodgers, what are you doing? Okay, do we get a pass interference flag here?
We do,
Rodgers
we do.
chucked it like nowhere near
Hmm.
catchable.
Yeah, we get PI.
Okay. Honestly, I'm surprised because that ball was not catchable. Rodgers just
In fact,
flung.
if I'm Shanahan, I'm almost like gonna like contest that, be like, that's not pass interference because that's an uncatchable ball. Or maybe they got rid of that rule. Who knows?
I
I haven't seen that called in a long time. Like
yeah,
them
I don't
pick
know
up
if
the
you can
flag.
challenge that anymore.
Oh wow! I got some breaking news for you, bud.
Oh yeah?
So the Raiders notoriously have violated some COVID rules, and the NFL just levied some pretty hefty fines on the Raiders. Touchdown, by the way, Mercedes Lewis.
Dude, Mercedes Lewis is just a sneaky receiver that Rodgers trusts. Like you never think
It's
of him catching balls. Rodgers goes to Lewis a fair amount.
Rogers said that like Lewis is like his like favorite guy. It's like his best friend on offense.
They're the old dogs, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the big
They're
dog.
probably at least 5 years older than everyone else.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Um, the Raiders got fined 500,000. John Gruden got fined 150,000. But probably the biggest one is the team got stripped of its 6th round draft pick.
I don't think a 6th round draft pick does
Mm,
much to deter people.
well,
I think if they took a day 2 pick, people would be on notice. But
didn't the
it's clear
Patriots
to me
get stripped of a day 2 pick one year?
what
Didn't the Patriots get like a 2nd round pick for like Deflategate or something like that?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. But dude, it's clear to me that the league, uh, they were putting on the face of trying to combat COVID early
Hmm.
on in the season when bye weeks made it easy. The fact that both the Packers and 49ers had players test positive this week, like as early as like yesterday,
Hmm.
and they're still doing this game, that shows to me that the league, they're just going to try to force this schedule no matter what. And you get to week 15, 16, and playoff games are on the line, and you're playing with a bunch of backups because of COVID, uh, this could really blow up in the league's face. I don't think they're handling things great right now.
No, and it's getting worse too, man. It's getting worse.
It is.
So the Texans just had to shut down today because some of their players got tested positive for COVID. So
Well, dude,
like,
and our COVID case that popped up before the Vikings game, the Vikings players had positive COVID tests, and they go ahead with the game, and lo and behold, Packers player shows up with COVID. Like they're going to have to look at extending the season and moving games. because no one wants to see your third string quarterback out there trying to win you a playoff spot.
So I have read that they're already in talks to. Oh no!
I'm looking at a Taco Bell commercial right now. Are you just upset?
Well, so this happened a while ago, but Jair Alexander is, I think, getting tested for a concussion. He's out of the game right now.
Oof. That's no good.
Don't got Kevin King either. That means Josh Jackson's our number one right now.
Which
Now
would
I
make
know we're not
Sullivan-
going up against any like studs, but that ain't good.
So we seem to really like keeping Sullivan in the slot. So if Jackson's on the boundary, I guess that would make Kadar Holman our other boundary player.
Yeah.
You wonder if San Francisco starts lining up 5 wide.
You gotta think that we'd put. Yeah, I think I just heard the name Kadar Holman. 39. We got 39 out there on the other side.
39, I believe, is Sullivan. Well, man, if Alexander's getting tested for a concussion, we're probably not seeing him again this game.
I'm gonna look him up. He started pointing to his head, so
Yeah.
So Jair Alexander took himself out of the game to be tested for a concussion.
Yeah, that can't be good. All right, San Francisco 1st and 10. Nice run defense there.
Oh my God. Just watch. I can say that because it can go either way. It can be good or bad, dude. So, like, it can go either way. You just know something's coming, but it's the Packers. Something is always coming.
I will say I didn't expect the interception when you spoiled that a little.
Well, it's the third one of the year. I would never expect an interception from this defense.
How far ahead are you, man? I just saw like a 3-yard gain.
What, you're on second down right now?
Well, now I'm on 3rd and 6.
Okay. So this is when I made the sound.
Jesus, I wish you weren't so far ahead of me.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't either.
All right, 3rd and 6. They're down 11 points. There's about 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Mullins in the shotgun. We've got a bunch formation. Ooh, who was that? Who was it?
Darnell
26?
Savage.
Savage.
You got to hold on to that. Savage
I mean, that's
has
a
looked.
really nice jump. Like that.
Savage has been a ghost this year. Like he's trending bust label almost. Like invisible. Hasn't made any plays.
I think in this scenario, I think he got a little worried about it. Looked like Barnes was in the area, and I think he was thinking, "Oh shit, I'm gonna run into him." But yeah, that was right in his hands, man. You gotta bring that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Savage is definitely. I would say he's probably regressed this year from last year.
Definitely having a sophomore slump.
Yeah, but I mean, with safeties, Nick Collins took 3 years, and people were calling him a bust.
Yeah.
Savage has the tools. He's just.
Well, people also don't realize that Collins wasn't a good tackler either. He really wasn't a good tackler.
Yeah.
But he was a playmaker.
I don't know if this defensive scheme puts Savage in a place to make plays.
Now, I was having a debate with some other fellow Packer cheeseheads, and they think that if Pettin were to go, what type of defensive coordinator would LaFleur be interested in? What scheme? And a scheme similar to the Seahawks, like a cover 3 type scheme, is kind of what everyone agreed upon. That's what San Francisco runs. That's what Seattle runs, and that's also what Atlanta runs when he was in Atlanta. It's what he's familiar with, and you got to think that maybe even potentially, I think Ken Norton might be on the market next year from Seattle if that would be something that they would entertain. Now I don't. Now I've always maintained that if we get a new defensive coordinator, I don't really want one that's already like been in the league for like 15, 20 years. I want like people were mad about Matt LaFleur when they hired him. They're like, who the hell's Matt LaFleur? I've never heard of him. But now they love him. So I kind of like want to kind of see if like take a chance on a young guy
See,
type
dude,
thing. Like
I
hire
really
someone I've
hope
never heard of.
I really hope that the Vikings fire Mike Zimmer, and if they do, I would snatch him up in an instant.
Yeah.
Like, I think he has consistently been able to foil Rodgers throughout their careers, and he doesn't have a lot of talent to work with this year, but most of the time the Vikings are a reliable, good defense. I
Yeah.
love Zimmer. Also, you got to keep in mind, so the cover 3, yeah, I could definitely see that, but LaFleur also, his first like big boy job, being offensive coordinator for the
Mm-hmm.
Titans. They had Mike Vrabel running the defense there, more of a, the multiple Bill Belichick style. So I don't know. It could go any number of ways, but holy Christ, I hope we hire someone other than Patton. I mean,
Right.
short of winning the Super Bowl, I don't see any way he can stay. Okay, 1st and 10. Rodgers been making some bad throws tonight, man.
Yeah. He sure has been.
And that was a potentially dangerous one too. Like
Mm-hmm.
if that were closer to the receiver, that very easily could have been a pick 6. But he was so far off from the receiver that the defender couldn't get there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wonder maybe at the last second he saw the defender and changed the direction of the throw just to keep it safe. 2nd and 10. That's exactly what I was expecting. Nice little draw. Pick
Yep.
up about 4.
Looks like we got Dexter Williams in here now too, getting his first carries, fresh off practice squad.
He's in there on Rodgers. He rushed to the line. I think he saw 12 on the field.
Yep, 12 on the field. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're slowly starting to catch up to me a little bit. I'm not as far ahead of you as I thought I was. Now I looked down at you before that, and I didn't see the 12 on the field, and I just saw like I looked up and I saw the interception, and I was like, no fucking way. But then I saw the flag pop up, and I was like, all right, please let that be on San Francisco, and it was.
The very first thing I noticed, I'm like 3rd down, and we're keeping Dexter Williams in. That's interesting. But
Yeah.
then I realized Rodgers was scrambling to get a play. I just hope that interception doesn't have a psychological effect because as we've seen so far this season, this team does not respond well to big body blows. And even
So
though that play didn't count, you got to wonder if it's.
I think this could potentially be the most important drive of the game right now. If we can go down and get a touchdown on this drive and eat up just about all this clock and go into halftime up 21-3, we always operate better with a good lead in the second half. This team's not designed for comeback wins, and it's just what this team needs. I would feel very, very good about our chances in the second half if we go into this half up 21-3.
And on the opposite end of the spectrum, if we don't do anything and we allow the Niners to score a touchdown before the half, That's a
It's
huge momentum.
deflating. Yeah, to go from a
Also,
potential 21-3 shift to holy cow. They just showed a snapshot of the NFC West. Do you know San Francisco's in last place in the NFC West right now at 4-4?
Yeah.
What a power division that is.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And you know the crazy thing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay.
Crazy thing is looking at the NFC East and seeing teams with like 2 or 3 wins leading that division.
I think the Eagles are winning that division at like 2-4-1 or something.
Dude, I can't believe I was pegging Cowboys as sleeper #1 seed. Thought they were going to be an offensive powerhouse.
Across the board, they looked on paper they looked awesome.
Yeah, dude, I think this kind of like just puts a black mark on McCarthy's career, where it's like, wow, maybe it was all Rodgers.
Well, the one mark I've always thought of is when you now take away the Matt Flynn comeback game in Dallas, but besides that, if you ever like analyze McCarthy's games when Rodgers was hurt, we fucking blow. Like McCarthy was never able and now I know losing Rodgers sucks, but when we had a backup quarterback in to start games, we sucked.
Yeah, and
we played okay. We played okay with Matt Flynn against the Patriots. We played pretty good. Obviously, we played good with him with Matt Flynn against Dallas on the comeback win. But
oh, come on, Rodgers, what's happening? Oh, the old man still got some legs.
yeah, that was when I was like, yeah, all right. I was like, when I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I was like,
Yeah, I'm honestly really surprised that the San Francisco defender did not catch him. That might be their rookie, Kinlaw. All right, Rodgers, yeah, he had just enough speed to get to the edge there and pick up a first down on third down. I did notice on second down he did a little dump off to Jones over the middle.
mm-hmm.
And Fred Warner just immediately smacked him. Fred Warner, one of the best middle linebackers in the league.
How does San Francisco always seem to have the best inside linebackers in the league, by the way? Like, how?
I mean, that's interesting.
It went from Patrick Willis to yeah, they've always ever since Patrick Willis, they've always had good. They even had that remember that one. I don't know. It was that third or fourth round pick, that white guy who took over when Willis retired and someone else got hurt.
Yeah,
played one season and then retired. He was like a breakout player too.
Nice first down.
I just got to the 2-minute warning for me, so.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, that is interesting because you look at teams like the Niners or
the Seahawks
or the Steelers.
Ravens, the Ravens and the 49ers come to mind, and the Steelers.
And they're always good at drafting certain position groups. And I mean, I guess you could say that for the Packers, we've had pretty darn good success drafting offensive tackles. We've had some bust in there,
mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I think a lot of teams would kill for our offensive tackle history.
Yeah.
Our wide receiver history, at least under Ted Thompson, was impeccable. So yeah, it just seems like teams have certain areas where they just scout better, and I don't know if that's a philosophical thing or what.
Green Bay has never valued the inside linebacker position ever, and I don't understand why. And they think that in Green Bay's eyes, it's the least important position on the field. If you analyze the importance of all the positions, inside linebacker is the least important one. And I don't get that, because if you look at the most dominant, if I said, Cody, pick the best defenses of the last 30 years off the top of your head, you're gonna say teams like the Ravens, you're gonna say teams like the Seahawks, and you're gonna say a team like the Steelers. All teams who prioritize drafting the inside linebackers early in the draft. It's the middle of your field. why do people not see that? Like, why? Who in the Green Bay's organization thinks that can look at a team like that, like those defenses, and not prioritize
Yeah,
inside
and like
linebacker?
you think of like
What are we doing? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
like the Ravens and the Steelers
Let
and
me
the
know when you
Niners,
come back onto
Seahawks.
the game, but keep
Like
talking.
like you think of all these teams with like really just all pro, just human missile middle linebackers. But even like you look at the Patriots, the most successful organization of the past 20 years, uh, you know, they might not have an all pro there, but they've always had Pro Bowl caliber middle
Yeah,
linebackers.
yeah.
Very smart players, very versatile players. Like it is so important to a defense. I don't understand why this team doesn't prioritize it.
I don't know either. We haven't drafted a linebacker in the first round since Nick Barnett. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, and
Um,
Nick Barnett was a good player.
he was a good player. Wasn't great. He wasn't like
Gave
a
up fourth and 26, but
But yeah. Are you back yet?
I just came back.
Watch this play.
What are we gonna play action at deep?
I don't know, man. Maybe. What do you think? You're fucking LaFleur?
LaFleur hasn't been running much motion or like jet sweeps or anything so
No.
far this game. Man, that's a pretty deep ball. Thank you. Thank you. Is it that hard to catch at MBS?
MVS. Holy shit, dude. If MVS dropped that motherfucking ball in the end zone, I swear to God, the podcast is over. The TV is out the window. I don't know, man. I'm probably going to the local bar and drinking until I die. So
Dude, it almost seems like MVS can only catch it deep. And he
yeah,
can't do
it's like he only he only can he needs like all that extra time to like see the ball and like prepare his hands and his body to like catch that ball.
So I got to say, very happy with the deep touchdown. Always good to score points. They do still have a minute 53 on the clock, though.
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled about that. However, I will always take guaranteed
Yeah,
points over
gotta
anything
take 'em
else.
all.
It's hey man, it's on Patton now. You gotta stop. Like we've held him to 3 points. We've done pretty well. We should have had 2 interceptions, but fuck you, Savage. But
It's actually watching that replay. You can see a little bit of a smirk come on Rogers' face in the middle of the play when he realizes it's open.
oh, okay. I saw like something similar where it was in the Arizona game against Seattle, and they single covered DeAndre Hopkins on a streak play, and they showed a slow mo replay. And when Kyler looked over and he saw the single coverage on Hopkins, you could literally see the smile on his face develop, and then he threw the ball. He's like you're screwed, and he
Dude,
and he did catch a touchdown on that play too.
I actually have not had the opportunity to see any Arizona games this year, but they seem like they'd be a fun team to watch.
Um, Funny you said that because I think they said if the playoffs started today, we would play Arizona in the first round. That'd be the team we play today if we had to start the playoffs. So I can tell you right now, I wouldn't want to play the Cardinals. That Kyler Murray's a pretty good quarterback, dude.
I've seen too many rushing quarterbacks decimate our defense.
Exactly, exactly, dude. I don't. Um, I could tell you a team that would be pretty good against them would be the Buccaneers because they got the fast linebackers to contain them. Um, okay, all right.
Dude, Kenny Clark, he actually just jumped off sides and they didn't call the penalty. But even getting off sides, he's not the same caliber of player this year. Like I
He's
don't
got to be
know.
limited from his injury. Like
Then like why is he out there? Like
I don't
let
know.
him heal
I don't
up.
know. Well, it's either that or the man got paid and he finally lost his motivation to try.
Sure as shit hope that's not the case.
Happens sometimes, dude. Especially with it seems like it happens more with the big
He runs
guys
the
and
open field tackle.
Yep.
Who was that? 29?
Um,
29? Kadar Holman. Kadar Holman.
good tackle.
Yeah.
I know they're high on Holman.
3rd and 5. They got a minute 20 on the clock. Okay, they're letting the clock. I think they're gonna run it. I don't think they want to give Rodgers time. Yeah, they
You're on
letting
what, second down?
No, I'm on 3rd and 5.
Okay.
Letting the clock drain. Are they even gonna run a play here? What are they doing?
All right. All right. All right. All right.
That was a bizarre decision. They end up calling a timeout.
Yeah, the clock was running out, I think.
But they were intentionally running the clock. Like, why wouldn't you just hand the ball up? That was a really bizarre sequence on their part. I think Mullins must have been confused.
Rodgers with 3 touchdowns today. Already in his first half. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think second half we're probably going to see some more of Aaron Jones. Like he's been having nice
I hope
runs,
so.
but it hasn't translated into.
Now, do you think they're going to play Aaron Jones with a lead, or they'll?
Oh, all right. Another San Francisco drive stops through a dropped pass. I would have been a first down.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they drop it. Rodgers going to have a shot here. We got some timeouts. I think we're going to be shooting for a field goal before the end of the half. Got 51 seconds, and we have 1 timeout.
What are we doing? What are we doing here? Man, I'm just gonna ruin it for you. We got Rodgers got sacked, and that's that. So we're going into half. So
Who gave up the sack?
Who gave it up? Left tackle. Yep.
Turner's been playing pretty good at left
Played
tackle.
okay, but
I gotta say I'm actually really surprised at how well he's been playing.
You'll see. Rodgers tries to scramble out, just gets beat and gets sacked from behind. Good thing that he held on the ball because it could have been a strip sack. It looked like Rodgers was looking to make a big play down the field, which would have probably, flipped the field real quick. But you'll see it here soon. I don't know. Left tackle's got to make that block though.
God damn, who was? I want to see. I think it's Lucas Patrick got just plowed backward. I think Rodgers probably would have been able to escape the pocket, but he kind of had to slow down because Patrick got pushed so far back.
Yeah. I'm almost not a big fan of taking a huge shot like that on first down.
Yeah, to go with something small, just get something going. Especially, that
because you still had you had 51 seconds and you still had a timeout. You still had plenty of time to work the sidelines, do something small. You love throwing to Devontae on those screen plays, so that would have been a time to try something like that. I don't know.
San Francisco gets the ball to start the half, right?
I do believe so, yeah, because we scored right off the bat in the first go around. So,
well, 21-3. Certainly looking better than our previous 2 times playing San Francisco. So,
and through the magic of editing, we are back, and you didn't even realize it. It started the 3rd quarter. Packers are up 21-3. And Cody, I cannot remember the last time we have looked this good against a San Francisco team. And that is dating back to the Jeff Garcia days.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking you probably got to go back to Garcia.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's we are looking good, but I definitely don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Mm-mm.
Frankly, San Francisco has shot themselves in the foot quite a bit in this game.
A lot of drops for them.
Yeah, yeah. If you take away some of their drops, they very easily could have more points. And
Mhm.
you got to wonder if, especially as Patton goes into his patented prevent, if it's going to be a little easier for them to bring in the ball.
Oh,
I'm not
he's
calling.
gonna go passive and conservative and just try not to lose the game, but then give mad yards to San Francisco. He will let his foot up off the gas. You just know he will. Has the
They
game
actually,
started for you yet?
yep. They open. They take the opening kickoff back about 30, 35 yards.
Yeah,
That's a good
it's a
return
pretty
for them.
decent. It's a pretty decent. Um, oh, oh, yeah, you'll be happy with that. You're so right. You're right when you called that. It won't be a whatever.
Ooh,
Preston
Preston
Smith.
Smith's having a good
Yeah,
game.
yeah, he's finally breaking out, having himself a good game.
All he had to do was play against a backup left tackle
You know what?
on a short
uh,
week.
um, oh, hold on.
All right, 2nd and 10. Looks like they're calling pass interference on Josh Jackson here.
Yeah, hey, I was gonna say, yeah, Josh Jackson with another pass interference. Jerry Alexander's out for the game.
Yep, that's pass interference. Pretty
Yep,
clear.
that's typical Josh Jackson for you.
I actually read a stat recently that I think he has the second most pass interference penalties in the league, and he's not even a full-time starter. Like, that's a problem.
Yeah. Um, it is. I don't think he's the answer outside corner either. I think he's got talent, but I don't like his. Um, I he. It's always been his Achilles heel. He's too grabby.
Well, I think he just doesn't have the speed to keep up in a man scheme. To me, he is the perfect example of a player that the Packers are going to let go. He's going to go to a team that actually has a scheme that works for him, and then he's probably going to explode there.
Probably, yeah. Or you know what he seems perfect for because he's so touchy grabby on the outside, but he's got really good ball skills and good instincts. Seems like he'd be a really good fucking safety, man. Like, what do you think? Like, so Josh Jackson has even asked the coaching staff if they would switch him to safety. By the way, he actually there's a report out there that he asked them. By the way, are you to the fourth down? We did get them to fourth down.
I was just on a 2nd and 12, and Ty Summers made an excellent
Oh,
open field
well,
pass.
I'm sorry for ruining it. We do get them to a fourth down.
Okay, okay. Yeah, man, I just if he's
Um,
asking, if he's asking, what does that tell you about the defensive coaching staff?
and they wouldn't do it. They would not switch him to safety. They wouldn't do it.
Dude, and honestly, like, we're paying Amos a lot of money to not be an impact player. I would
He
be
played
very
good last week, though. I will give Amos that. Amos looked like the only guy on the field who actually wanted to fucking be there last week.
yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I will say that Amos has not been a super. He has not made the impact plays that he made from last year, and he has
And
not been the same player that he was in Chicago.
yeah, and it's not like he's a bad player. Like, he doesn't give up a lot, but it's just he's not impactful. And like, yeah, in Chicago, he had so many stars around him that it allowed plays to come his way, and he took advantage. Um,
It's really disappointing because I felt like going into the season, if Savage developed, we could have one of the best safety duos in the NFL. And Far from it, man. We are below average. We're below average in the safety department right now. So it's to say safety's been a disappointment would be an understatement so far in the season. So
Yeah, man. Honestly, like I said before, short of winning the Super Bowl, I really expect Patton to be gone. And if the coaching staff is changing, I expect we're probably going to see a lot of player turnover. We've got expensive contracts on defense that are not performing. Yeah, I could very easily see us moving on from guys like Preston Smith or Adrian Amos.
I almost was going to say I wouldn't be surprised to see Preston Smith moved at like a trade deadline type thing, like like a like a Carlos Dunlap type thing. Um, by the way, to give an update on the second half, we have 3 players out for the second half. Jair Alexander being one of them. Chris Barnes is out for the game with a calf injury.
That must be
So
why
it's
Ty Summers was in there.
yep, Ty Summers show, and Dexter Williams is out for the game with a knee.
Dude ran the ball like 2 times.
So now he did run it up the middle one time, and it looked like the defender went down low and hit him in the knee, but he popped up and like played it off like it was no issue. But it did look like a big hit, and I was like, I wonder if that was a good hit on him, and it seemed to it knocked him out for the game. So he's out. So more Aaron Jones, and if Aaron Jones, God forbid, he goes down, knock on wood, it's Tyler Irving. And only Tyler
Irvin like quite literally practices at wide receiver just as much as he practices running back.
Yeah.
So, that's we gotta hope Aaron Jones holds up through this game.
Now they did say they weren't going to activate Aaron Jones unless he was 100%, and if they weren't concerned about a re-aggravation of the injury. There was a lot of talk about them capping his carries, but at the same time, that's a double negative. Like, why would you cap a guy's carries, but also not put him out there unless he was 100%? It just didn't make any freaking sense. So,
yeah,
I don't think they have a choice now.
Soft tissue injuries, fatigue can increase chances of relapse. So, maybe that's what they're thinking. But we don't really have that luxury now if Dexter Williams is out. Aaron Jones is going to have to close this game out for us.
Oh my God, 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 oh my God.
You're just messing with me.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you, man.
I got to say, it's been surprising to see how well Billy Turner has played at left tackle for the most part. And it worries me that maybe Gutekunst is going to be like, we don't need David Bakhtiari. We need David Bakhtiari, man.
I don't. Oh, no. Okay.
How is it that 3 San Francisco defenders were in the backfield on that?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Where are you at right now?
It was just a second down play where Jones fought to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Now at 3rd and 7.
Okay. What do you think we call on 3rd and 7 here? What's Coach Cottrell calling on 3rd and 7?
I'm gonna say a rare pass to a non-Devontae receiver.
All right. Which means it's going to be a streak play to Devontae down the sideline, baby. Woo!
Oh, man.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking with you, man. It was a good play.
Why would I ever say anyone other than Devontae?
How do you let Devontae get that open, by the way? Holy fuck, he's the only receiver we got out there.
That's just his route running shiftiness. Like, he just...
So good. He's so good. And if he wasn't toe tapping the sideline, he'd be gone. That'd be a touchdown. They weren't catching him.
Yeah, man.
Which sucks. Nice. We better score a freaking touchdown now.
That was real nice. Ooh, nice little run up the gut for about 5. I'm surprised. I mean, I know their linebackers are good, but we've really just almost completely ignored the tight end position this game.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Another interesting thing is last year when Devontae was out, Aaron Jones took on such a role in the passing game. And I think we all assumed that LaFleur was going to add that wrinkle in and just make the offense more
Like
dynamic.
regularly, like making an every week thing, even when Devontae's in?
Yeah, and we just have not seen.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, you get in his face, Jones. It was unnecessary.
It's so nice to see Jones back out there.
Man's got energy. But yeah, dude, I don't understand why Jones isn't more involved in the passing game.
I almost want to say he's our second best receiver. He's got the second best hands on the offense.
3rd and 3, 5 wide. We go 5 wide a lot more frequently.
Tonight we are. I'm surprised we're going so 5 wide.
Nice.
Devontae?
Nice. Rogers just he completely diagnosed the play, made the perfect hot read to Adams, and dude, Adams he's out there just
Dude, did you see him trying to cut it in? He's like, that didn't work, and then he like goes out of bounds.
Dude, the defender is just like, I don't know what to do, man. Like,
I wouldn't know what to do either. He's so good. His footwork is insane.
I don't think there's any doubt that he has the best footwork in the league.
No. Like, there's been like Hall of Fame receivers who are retired that have analyzed his tape and said that he's one of the best footwork receivers they've ever seen.
Sternberger was wide open, and rather than just trying to go get some yards, he moved backwards, thinking he had the speed of a wide receiver. He ends up picking up 1 yard.
Yeah.
Jordy was number 87, right?
Yep. Sternberger now.
Why have we not retired Jordy's number, man?
It usually takes a while. To be honest with you, I don't think we retired Jordy's number.
And we should, man. Should. I saw a big white dude with 87 out there. I'm like, am I?
I don't. Not only do I think we don't retire Jordy's number, I think he's gonna get lumped into that. You're gonna murder me for this, but I think he's gonna get lumped into that Leroy Butler type thing where like Packer fans are gonna be clamoring for him to be in the Hall of Fame for years and years, but he's always gonna be right on that bubble and like not get in.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that like
you can make an argument for and against, but
got in like what 2 years ago or something. Mm-hmm. Like it's sometimes when you have teams that are just full of talent, some of the players it takes a long time because they're like, well, we've already got like 10 other guys.
Now you're also gonna probably murder. You're gonna murder me for this too, but I think Jordy Nelson is a fucking amazing receiver. I don't think he was ever an elite receiver though, but I think he was a extremely really fucking good receiver, but never elite.
I think physically speaking, he's not elite, but his connection with Rodgers enabled him to put up elite numbers. I mean, you got to keep in mind, this is a guy who had like a 600-yard season. He routinely led the league in touchdown receptions.
Yeah. Him and Rodgers like invented that like back shoulder throw basically.
Dude, that was the most unstoppable play in football for several years.
Now, I think if he ever does get into the Hall of Fame, it's going to be more of the fact that he was like him and Rodgers were the innovator of the back shoulder throw. Like that's going to be his MO. because every receiver does that now. Like every prolific receiver works on that back shoulder throw with their quarterback now.
Yeah,
But
no,
it started with like Rodgers and Jordy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think we'd see Jordy Nelson in the Hall of Fame anytime soon.
Anytime soon.
Ever. But the Packers Hall of Fame, yes, he should definitely be
absolutely. He will definitely be in there, but I don't think we ever retire his number. Like, take a look at the names up on the wall or on the atrium. I mean, I think the only receiver up there is Don Hudson.
I think so, yeah.
Sterling Sharp's not even up there. Maybe James Lofton. Maybe James Lofton's up there. I don't know.
If he's not, he should be.
Yeah. John Jefferson's not up there.
Yeah. Also, we've got sidetracked here with the wide receiver talk. I did want to say MBS scored a touchdown there.
I saw that. Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, I saw it, and then I was like waiting for you to say something, and it never happened. Interesting. I don't mind. This isn't really like a waste or a ruin thing. We just did a squib kick on a kickoff.
Well, I mean, they did have a pretty good.
That makes sense. The offense has been so bad that they don't even want to like give the kick return team a chance to return one for a touchdown.
And I was going to say, to open the second half, they had a pretty good kick return.
Yeah, and it worked because the ball's at the 30.
Okay. Yeah,
that's pretty smart on the special teams crew.
Man, I don't know what the girlfriend is cooking right now, but it smells like pizza, and I'm just desperate.
I almost thought about buying a pizza for the game tonight, but pizzas are usually a Sunday thing for me, so I decided I'd probably wait till Sunday.
Dude, out here in Utah, pizza blows. So if I had to watch you eat some New York pizza,
man, how can pizza blow? Pizza's pizza. It's supposed to be good everywhere you go. Oh,
how
fuck.
How do you mess up bread and cheese and sauce? Yeah, it's a good question.
It's got all the food groups, man. Throw a little pepperoni on it. You got the meat group too.
All right. 28-3, midway through the third quarter. Mullins.
I want to see another turnover.
I mean, this is where you would see it. You got a bunch of backups playing.
They got to start throwing now. Throwing now.
All right. So what do we got?
So let's put this into perspective a little bit now. So we got no Deebo Samuel. We got no Brandon Ayuk. We got no George Kittle. We got no Kevin King. We got no Jair Alexander. When San Francisco takes the offense, this looks a lot like a preseason football game out here right now, dude. Like, both sides are kind of trotting out some B squad backups now.
I mean, they're missing their
start. Oh my fucking God!
Awful.
Dude, Josh Jackson just got another fucking foul.
Oh, come on, Gary.
You're a couple plays away, but Josh Jackson was more fucking bullshit.
Dude, Rashawn Gary should have had like a 5-yard loss.
Yeah. I'm glad they still tackled him for a modest play, but still.
Dude, what has happened to Gary?
Oh yeah.
Hot and then just disappeared.
Hi.
Oh man.
What's up, dude? What's up?
I'm gonna hope for the good. I'm gonna hope.
What's up?
They're calling that a penalty?
Yeah, they call that a penalty.
Dude, that's bang bang.
Yeah, well, add another penalty to Josh Jackson's resume, man. Hey, man, if you picked all pro players based on penalties, Josh Jackson be on first ballot fucking player, dude.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So they actually It looks like they called that a personal foul instead of
Yeah,
catching.
probably like, I don't know, too aggressive, being too much of a man.
Man, you're right though. This this is a preseason game right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Woo! Fumble? Is
Fumble,
that a
baby.
fumble?
Fumble, baby. Z making the play. Finally making a play tonight. They
There we
ruled it a
go.
fumble. They ruled it a fumble.
Dude, what did I tell you earlier? Why aren't we playing Z against their backup left tackle? As soon as
I
we
don't know.
do it, we get a sack strip.
Yeah, he looked even better against that left tackle than Preston Smith did. Now,
I wonder if they're gonna pull Nick Mullins and put in CJ Bethard or whatever.
what I want to see going forward is with that left tackle struggling now, I want to see Rashawn Gary get some fucking reps at, like to go up against that left tackle. Give
Yeah.
that young kid some confidence and give him some go up there. I also, now that it's looking pretty good going forward, I want to see, this is like some valuable experience for Josh Jackson, Kadar Holman. Like, I'm not saying put the backups in, but the backups kind of are the starters at the moment now. So this is a good game for them to get some much valuable experience that could maybe help us later on in the season. So I hope they're making the most of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, usually this is a spot where I would say get AJ Dillon some experience, but the dumbass had to go get COVID. So
Yeah, this is a game where like I don't even know what Green Bay does going forward, because usually like fourth quarter you like run the ball and like drain the clock, but with Aaron Jones being hurt, you don't want to get him hurt again. But do you really want to give the ball to Tyler Irving to like close the game out? Like that's all you got, dude. So
yeah, honestly, dude, I think we keep throwing it. I think they're
well,
just gonna try to run up the score.
they did rule a fumble, and Tyler Irving is out there at running back on this first play. So
Dude, I mean, this is a team that really, uh, you know, they caused some demons for us last year. So I would not be surprised to see just a straight out run up the score and make a statement.
yeah, like a fuck you for fucking killing us both times last year. Wasn't the score the same? Wasn't it like the same score too? Like in both the NFC Championship and the regular season?
It was very close. It wasn't exactly the same though.
Wasn't it like 35 to like 17 or something?
Right. Well, dude, the first game we played in season, I think we only put up like 8 or 10 points.
I remember it was bad. I remember it was like one of the worst losses I've seen since like the Denver Monday night game.
Well,
So
thankfully things are
if
not
we
going that
score
way.
if we score another touchdown on our drive, do we pull Rodgers and Adams in the fourth quarter like completely if we're up 35-3? Rick Wagner's out for the game with a knee injury.
Oh shit. All right. Well, that changes the equation. Yeah, you pull Rogers then.
Yeah.
Who are we even putting out there?
John Runyon, maybe?
Maybe. Uh, oh wait,
Yeah,
actually,
dude,
so
I'm not seeing Aaron Jones out there at all.
that was a
So,
nice little screen to Irvin.
Irving, that's the best screen I've seen in about 15 years.
Yeah, that was nice. And the Niners, they were nowhere close to it. They just did not expect the ball to go to Irvin.
Yeah, nothing, man.
Yeah, so it actually looked like on that screen we had moved Turner back to right tackle. So who do we have at left tackle? If we bump Jenkins out there?
I'm trying to look. I can't tell. Man, does he still
Yeah,
love going to
Jen-
Devontae?
Jenkins
Jenkins
is at
left
left
tackle, so
tackle.
who's left guard then?
Uh, man, I wish announcers paid more attention to the offensive line and showed these things more.
They never do. Man, do they still love going to Devontae?
Man, I hope that Rick Wagner injury isn't serious. 'Cause
Holy fuck, dude. Hey, man, how many total yards of offense do you think San Francisco has tonight?
around 130.
You're really close to 131. How many receiving yards do you think Devontae Adams has?
Around 90.
139.
Oh
Devontae
shit.
Adams has more total yards than the entire San Francisco offense does.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Dalvin Cook against us last week.
Why'd you have to bring it up, dude? Fuck you.
Dude, I read a stat today. Dalvin Cook is personally responsible for 11 touchdowns this year. The New York Jets football team as a whole has fewer touchdowns.
It's fucking bad, dude. It's fucking bad. But Dalvin Cook is a beast. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean, his whole thing was he couldn't stay healthy early in his career, but he seems to have turned a corner there. And yeah, he is
Well,
a
he did get hurt. He did get hurt this year. He missed one game, but then he was lucky enough to have a bye.
yeah.
So
Adams. He's eating. All right, second and goal. Really? Handing off to Tyler Irvin on second and goal.
Swerving Irvin, baby.
Man, what are you doing? Get Jones in there. He knows how to find the end zone.
Right? That's what I was kind of saying, man. Get fucking Aaron Jones in there, dude. So I'm not sure if you noticed, but Packer players are now required to wear face masks when they're on the sideline.
I did
They're not
notice that.
playing. Yeah.
Third and goal.
We call a timeout.
I'm calling this a touchdown to Devontae. Oh, come on. Rodgers.
Sure.
Rodgers has lost track of the clock there. Delay game. Oh, wait.
So they called it a delay game, but we called a timeout, and I just saw the play that we did, and they it looks like they gave him the timeout before giving him the penalty. So I guess he beat the clock. I guess.
Who called the timeout? LaFleur?
I don't know. I got the game on mute.
Yeah, man. If Aaron Jones is in there, I could see it being a run. If not, I'm calling the Rodgers touchdown pass, which I think would put him up to 5 on the game.
So how pumped do you think? Now, I don't know. I guess you got to take it with a grain of salt. Do you think deep down Rodgers was like really fucking excited to learn that like Jones was like hobbled and all the running backs had like, out with like COVID shit? Because like deep down he's like, all right, dudes, we ain't fucking running today, boys. This is my goddamn show. I'm fucking throwing 60 times tonight. Devontae, get ready. You're getting 45 targets, dude.
No, dude, I don't think. I think Rodgers appreciates the talent that Aaron Jones brings to the game, and it makes his life easier.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Also, that's didn't love that play design there. It was a very long developing play for a short third and goal, and Rodgers ends up having to throw it away.
Now, he did have the defender coming around on the left side there, which sucked, but he had Aaron Jones wide open in that flat for a fucking like walk-in touchdown. If he could have just hit Jones on that, like lobbed it up over that defender's head and got it into Jones, that was a walk-in touchdown. Let me tell you, bud, it's been nice talking Packer football with you after a couple weeks having to watch some Packer football without you. Especially especially last week. However, it's probably best you didn't see me last week weekend, that would have been pretty bad. That was a bad game.
Dude, the Vikings are my most hated team, and
Well, I still hate the Bears the most for me, but yeah, Vikings are second. But you know what? I feel like what would be your top three most hated teams? Vikings, obviously.
yeah, I mean, it's got to be Vikings, Bears, and then, dude, probably the 49ers. They've really had our
Damn.
number over
All
the
right, I didn't
last
think about.
10
Yeah,
years.
I would go with.
I mean, Seahawks were a close second just because
Yeah, my third
the
would be
black.
Seahawks, Bears, Vikings, and then Seahawks. Which is funny that both of us don't have fucking Detroit on there, but Detroit's now. Which is actually kind of funny because when you talk about divisional games, Detroit's given us the biggest problem over the last 5 years than the
Yeah,
other
they have
teams.
played us tough.
Like Detroit, I think didn't like Detroit have like a 4-game win streak against us for like back to back years. Like they swept us like back to back years. I thought like 4 and then 3 years ago or something like that.
They might have. I'm trying to remember because I know. I think it started with their win at Lambeau, which was like the first in like 30
Yeah,
years.
and then it was like the first win that was like a start of like a mini win streak of like, and they got like 3 more against us. I thought they did. And even when like we did win, they've always been really close. Like barn burn, like nail biters, last second things, like Mason Crosby, like last second field goal type wins.
Well, dude,
So
even this year they were ahead of us. We had to come
I know
back.
they play us tough. They've always played us pretty tough the last like 10 years. So
Dude, I mean
good.
that's the
We
thing
all
about
right. We got Rashawn Gary out there against that left tackle. Fuck yeah.
every team in the NFC North, like they might not admit it, but playing the Packers is their Super Bowl. They bring their A game.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about Kevin White right now on the old telly.
See, I'm looking at they're talking about Herb Adderley.
Hell of a corner, man.
One of the all-time greats. Yeah, dude, we're taking the squib approach with the kickoff.
Oh no.
I don't know, like they take it up to the 40. I don't know why we're doing squibs. I wonder if Crosby's leg is still bothering him. You know, he did have the calf.
It might be like we brought a kicker in for that specific reason.
But also, you would think if his leg's bothering him, just have J.K. Scott do the kickoffs.
J.K. Scott's done. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because he handled them last week. Crosby did field goals, but J.K. Scott did the kickoffs, if I'm not mistaken. All right, it looks like Pettin has officially gone into the prevent. Let's have our corners 10 yards off the ball. Thankfully, the Niners are running the ball. I don't know. I guess they want to get the game over.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Get this game over as quick as possible. Give us the dub.
We're not even to the fourth quarter yet, so I'm not going to do it yet. But I'm getting anxious to start looking ahead at the schedule.
We got Jaguars next week, which I really hope that Gardner Minshew's not back yet.
Dude,
Not that Gardner Minshew like strikes fear into the heart of me or anything, but it would just be like nice to not have him out there.
Dude, that was an excellent play call by Shanahan.
Yeah, with the screen.
We've been getting pressure. Okay, we'll throw a screen at you and rip off 40 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, that dude Shanahan is. I mean, I think he has a pretty legitimate claim to best play caller in football right now.
He's got my utmost respect, dude. All right. Here's a great question, dude. Who would you rather have for head coach, Matt LaFleur or Kyle Shanahan?
I mean, LaFleur has had an amazing start, but you're not going to convince me that he's better than Kyle Shanahan right now.
Well, he's got LaFleur's number so far, and and you don't got me convinced that he wouldn't still have his number if both these teams went at each other full power, like completely healthy. I still think San Francisco kicks the absolute shit out of this Packer teams if they're healthy.
I don't know, man. I feel like, yeah, a fully healthy Niners team, they're more physical and tough. But we have enough talent that we shouldn't have gotten blown out like we did 2 times last year. I think there was a psychological factor, and I think the beatdown we're seeing tonight is going to help erase that. So if we do see this 49ers team again, which is very possible, man, they could easily squeak in as a wild card this year. We might see them again. And they could very well be healthier at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I think this win tonight is important, even if it is against their B squad.
Yeah, I can see that. Also, is it just me, or does it seem like we played San Francisco like every year for like the last fucking 4 years?
We played them a lot.
Also, I feel like this is the first year in a lot of years that we haven't played Seattle in the regular
I
season.
was just about to say that, man. And right now, if we want to get to the Super Bowl, you probably have to go through Seattle. Which, dude, honestly, when I look at the other NFC teams, I don't hate the Seattle matchup. Like their defense ain't good.
Is it's beatable. It's not like we're going up against the Legion of Boom anymore.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it would be a shootout. It would be Rodgers versus Wilson.
well, if it gets into a shootout, I feel like Seattle wins the legit shootout. But
I mean, tomorrow, yes. Come playoff time, I don't
maybe
know.
not.
We got Alan Lazard back.
How
Maybe things aren't going as well for them.
how did DK Metcalf last until the 64th pick, the last pick of the second round, dude?
Dude, I remember his combine.
Off the
I mean,
charts.
well, no. So his 40 was off the charts. His bench press was off the charts, but his actual like short area quickness, like the 3 cone and the 10-yard shuttle and stuff, that was like toward the bottom of the draft. So like there were indicators that he was just a straight line guy and might not be a good
Mhm.
player. But he's like, to me, he's like a Des Bryant type of guy where like, yeah, he might not have the shiftiness and the short area stuff, but he's just so damn physical. So physical.
Someone, who was it? One of the coaches or players just said like he's going to be the next Julio Jones, basically,
He's playing like it, man.
right?
Dude, yeah, that Seattle offense. Metcalf, Lockett, got
And Chris Carson's been hurt. Chris Carson's been hurt. He's not even back yet.
I mean that's been a real Achilles heel for them so far is that they have
Oh
one of the
man.
worst offenses in the league. They have one of the worst defenses in the league.
Oh, it's so hard knowing that you're behind.
All right, man. I'm
I'm
gonna
not saying it's a good thing because I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know. I
I'm
don't
assuming
know.
Zach-
Where are you? Are you on first down? Are you still on first down?
I'm on 2nd and 10.
Okay. Well, they don't do shit on second down. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Uh, I'm calling a potential sack strip for 3rd down.
Maybe.
Um,
That's where I won't say. I'm not sure. Like,
shit, I don't even remember what I was saying before that.
you were talking about. We were talking about Seattle's offense.
Oh
But
yeah. I mean, it's like unless Russell Wilson if he makes a mistake, that could be the game. Whereas like the Packers, at least we have Aaron Jones. Okay, so he picks up about 9 on that screen.
9, so it's 4th and 1.
They got.
Think they go for it?
They got to.
What are they gonna call? Run, pass?
Dude, you run into this Green Bay defense. We actually stopped someone on.
And they fucking stop them, dude. They
Is that
stop
Rashawn
him.
Gary you got in there?
Rashawn Gary got in there. The
Ty
young
Summers
guy,
got the
the young
first
guy
hit.
just might be a player. I'm grabbing a beer. I'll be right back.
That was actually Ty Summers shot the gap.
Yeah.
He came in unblocked. No one got a piece of him, and he hits Mullins. Gary comes in and cleans up after. Nice stop. All right. I think it is now safely time to start looking at the upcoming schedule. So, as Andrew said, next Sunday we will be hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. You never want to take a game for granted, but we can probably chalk that one up as a W. So that would put us at, let's see, 4-1, 5-1, 5-2, 6-2. So if we win next week, that puts us at 7-2. Then we travel to Indianapolis on the 22nd, so coming up right before Thanksgiving. That could be a good game. I don't quite know how to read Indy yet. They've got a pretty good defense. They've got weapons on offense, but I just don't know if I trust their team yet. I think that's a very winnable game for the Packers, but could also be a tight one. But I'll say they squeak that out and puts them at 8-2. Then we got a big one. November 29th. Looks like Sunday Night Football. We host the Bears. It's crazy that we're waiting that long in the season before we play the Bears. But I mean that's really going to be a big decider in the rest of the season. Is that November 29th matchup against the Bears. But before we get there, we've got the fourth quarter tonight. We got Jacksonville next week, and we got the Colts after them. All right, so Drew isn't back yet. Looks like Packers are taking the field after that turnover on downs. 1st and 10 from about our own 4-yard line. San Francisco loading the box. Are we going to run this, or are we going to see what we can get with Devontae? Okay, we run it. Pick up 2 or 3 yards. A little bit of breathing.
Are back. I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just while you were gone, I was talking a bit about the upcoming schedule. Next week we got Jacksonville.
Yep.
Probably win that, which, assuming we win
Hey,
today.
man, after watching the Viking game, I don't assume anything the rest of the season, but I hope so.
I mean, same. You can't take anyone for granted, but talent-wise, we should win that game. So if we win today,
we should.
That puts us at what, 7-2?
Yes.
And if we win next week, that's 8-2. Then after that, we travel to Indianapolis for the Colts. That could be a good game. I think it's a game we should win, but I think it could be a close one. But let's say we win it. That puts us at 9-2. And then we finally face the Bears. We host them at Lambeau.
Devontae Adams is averaging 10 catches, over 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns the last 3 games.
Oh, God, man. Rodgers, he just throws dimes, man.
Yeah.
Like when he
This
is
year,
on.
now we talked a lot last year about how he was missing guys that he should have been hitting. Last year he was a little off. This year he's hitting them.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, there are times when he's missing throws. Even earlier this game, he missed
Yeah.
some throws. But when he's on, I I don't know if there's a prettier ball in the league. You know,
No, I don't
maybe
think
Patrick
so.
Mahomes, but yeah, dude. I mean, you love to see that, and yeah, and Devontae, when he's been fully healthy, he is just dominant.
Oh my God! Holy cow!
Swerving Irvin, some tough running
Yeah,
there.
man, making some good plays.
Yeah, so Devontae, 13 targets, 10 catches, 174 yards, and a touchdown. Um, God, man, I can't wait to get Alan Lazard back. To have
Me
a
neither.
number two in this offense, um, that'll be fun. And you know, he very realistically could be back by the time we play the Bears.
I heard he might be back next week potentially. We might activate like if I almost heard that like if tonight wasn't on a Thursday game, if this was like a Sunday game, he could potentially be activated on like Sunday.
Yeah, I don't want to rush him though. Like a core injury, that's your core is really involved in any kind of cuts you're doing, any sudden movements, all important stuff for a receiver. I want him at 100% for our playoff run. First and 10, we're at about our the Niners 45. Ooh, ooh. Jones gets bottled up behind the line of scrimmage.
Rogers is having some fun tonight, man. He's having some fun tonight.
Dude, I mean, this offensive line, other than the Buccaneers game, they have just held up impeccably, despite injuries, shuffling, this and that, every obstacle. They've Who's 86?
86? I don't even know.
It was a nice little run by him on that jet sweep. Dude, is it Malik Taylor?
Maybe. Let me look that up real quick, man. 80. It's you said 86.
Yeah, 86.
Packers number 86 is Aaron Peck. Who
Who
the
the fuck is
fuck is Aaron Peck? Holy cow! Do we got like who the fuck is Aaron Peck, dude? I've never even heard of him.
I haven't either. I don't even think he was on our practice squad. I wonder if we poached him from someone else.
Maybe, dude. Maybe he
We're
wasn't on
looking
our
at a
roster
third
last
and
week. I know
three.
that.
Looking at a 3rd and 3, and we call a timeout as the clock runs down. Rogers is out there smiling, chatting with Devontae. They're having a good time. I think I think after the series we probably pull them.
I would say so, especially if we get points on this.
I mean, San Francisco, they actually seem to have gotten worse in the second half than they were in the first. Like first half, they had opportunities where they were just dropping balls. Second half, they just haven't really gotten any traction at all.
Mm-hmm. Not much else. We played well, and yeah, we played well today.
I mean, I
The
will say
defense
they
has
did have that
played
really nice.
decent to better. Now I'm not like take it with a grain of salt because we're playing against a freaking like preseason squad, but still they played okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I will say we have let up some big plays.
yeah, some unnecessary big plays.
like that big screen. But thankfully, we have the turnover on downs to prevent a score. Early in the game, we let up the huge deep shot. We've had some big open chunk plays. So it's, but also you got to keep in mind Alexander's out, King's out. It it really is a preseason game when you're watching the Packers defense and the Niners offense. So I guess I'm glad that our preseason squad is this much better than theirs.
Nice play. Nice play.
I'm
Where are
so
you right now? Are you still on Commercial Man?
yeah.
Okay. We don't like do anything amazing, but it's a positive play.
So we're getting to that time of year where it's playoffs are still very much up in the air as to who's going to get in, but we have a pretty good idea of who's not getting in at this point. You know, certain teams, it's just too much of a hill to climb. So I'm curious, you got any dark horses that you think do, like, they don't look like they're in right now, but they slip in before the end of the year?
Dark horses in terms of teams or
Yeah, dark horse teams who will slip into the playoffs.
well on the AFC, I would say don't sleep on Miami.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, man.
Yeah, don't sleep on
Get
Miami,
better by
dude.
the
They've been playing really good. Um,
3rd and 3, Rodgers, empty backfield. Easy completion. Nice first down pickup. Yeah, I agree. Miami in the AFC.
so for NFC, you know, Detroit's been like playing pretty decent lately.
Oh, come on. I don't trust Detroit.
Decent, but I'm not saying that. It's got to be one of those teams from the NFC East there. Like one of those teams has to fucking start turning on. My bet would be the Eagles, I guess, but I don't love the Eagles team. But maybe when they get healthier,
Yeah, dude, I don't know. That whole NFC East is quite possibly the worst division I've ever seen in my 30 years on planet Earth. It's bad, and
yeah,
they thinking of some NFC dark horse. Like, I still think San Francisco. I think the NFC West has a real shot of sending 4 playoff teams. I really do. Um, Otherwise, I could see maybe the Panthers sneaking in as a dark horse. They've played pretty competitive this year.
yeah, I would say that.
AFC. I mean, you got to look at the AFC North has been pretty damn good between Pittsburgh,
Yeah, I
the
would say
Ravens,
that.
Browns. Browns, they could definitely make it in. Uh, Colts. Um, Raiders. Actually, Raiders are probably one of the most exciting dark horse options because I think they have the
Yeah,
talent.
but Raiders are AFC though, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in
What
general.
about what about Carolina when CMC comes back, which could
Yeah,
be
that's
this
what
week?
I already mentioned, Carolina.
Yeah. But Robbie Anderson's been playing out of his mind lately. Anderson's been really good. DJ Moore's been a really. Oh shit! I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2nd and 15 right now.
Okay,
Um,
I am 2 plays ahead of you then, sir.
Ooh, shoot, yeah, they know we're running the ball and they're stuffing it.
Yeah.
Wait, that was Aaron Peck running the ball. Whoever the fuck you number 86, so he must be a wide receiver or tight end if he's got a number like that. And we just ran the ball with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So it does look like I just got my first look at the offensive line, where it looks like Runyon is in the lineup. I can't quite see where he is. I wonder because I know Lucas Patrick started the season at left guard back when Lane Turner was still healthy. So I got to think we did Jenkins left tackle, Patrick left guard, and then Runyon right guard, Turner right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we pretty much just run it. They stuff it every time, but we're just killing the clock at this point. We are in field goal range though. Long field goal, 53-yard attempt, and the guy had a bum calf a week ago. I almost wonder if you just punt it here. He makes it though. Jeez, man. The old man still got a leg.
Which isn't bad considering, didn't he have a leg injury going into this?
Well, yeah, it was just last week that he was kind of compromised with a calf injury. So honestly, I'm surprised they took that shot there. I would have expected a punt to be a safer option, but Crosby comes through, man. He honestly, there aren't many kickers in the league I would take over Crosby at this point.
Mm-hmm. Can you even like for a lot of people would say like Gaskowski, but Gaskowski's like falling off a cliff, kind of.
He's had
Like the Patriots didn't even resign him, so I would. I know Tucker in Baltimore is really good, but man, besides like Tucker, like Crosby's it, man.
Hecker and Los
Yeah,
Angeles, pretty good.
yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm glad we have Mason Crosby on this team. Man, like when you mentioned Gostkowski, it made me think of the Patriots, and really they're not looking good this year. Like, yeah, like half their starting defense opted out because of COVID. Yeah, they lost Tom Brady, but I still expected more out of Bill Belichick, and
Yeah.
they're looking bad. And dude, when they signed Cam Newton, everyone's like, "Oh, Cam's gonna prove he's an MVP again." Like, get real, dude. Cam Newton ain't ever playing at that level again, and Patriots are probably gonna be picking top 15, which sucks for them because that's top 15 isn't really high enough to go get an elite quarterback. So I don't know if they're going to have the ammunition to go find an answer.
Oh man, okay, that's a flag though, so maybe.
Very well could be the AFC East could be between the Bills and the Dolphins for the next decade. Or even, I mean, if the Jets get Trevor Lawrence and fire Adam Gase.
Do you think Trevor Lawrence would stay in college if he found out that the Jets were like
I would. I absolutely would, man. I wouldn't want to go to the Jets. They're terrible.
I would, to be honest with you, I would personally hate that because I am in a dynasty league, like a 10-year dynasty league, and I've purposely been tanking and I've lost every match on purpose this year, just so I can get Trevor Lawrence next year. And I'd be so fucking mad if I lost every game this year just to not get Trevor Lawrence.
That was a nice tackle by 45s. I love it. I like seeing when the special teams guys get fired up. Because, like, you don't see that a lot anymore because special teams have been negated so much. But, like, sometimes when you're, like, when the team is feeling good and having fun, the special teams guys start flying, and it's nice to see. 6 minutes left in the game, 1st and 10. We're up 31 points. They're calling a hold on Za'Darius, I think. I mean, they did get a big completion, but I saw a clear hold on my end. And I think it would have been a sack if they didn't. Offsides? That's bullshit, man. That was a hold. It was a clear hold. Would have been a sack.
It's so weird seeing Rodgers on the sideline with a face mask too. I just saw a little snippet of it.
Dude, that
I'm
is a
surprised. Are you
clear
surprised they haven't
anomaly.
pulled Nick Mullins from this game yet? Or
Yeah,
oh
kind of.
boy,
Yeah, I'm just surprised. We just it should have been a holding penalty on them.
oh
Instead, they took him
shit.
like 40 yards.
You're not gonna be happy with the next couple plays.
What are we going to standard patent
Standard
procedure
pattern,
here?
man. Yeah, I'll just say standard pattern, dude.
This will be nice. We get a little bit of a kind of a mini bye here playing on Thursday. And then we don't play Jacksonville until next Sunday, so give our guys a chance to get healthy a little bit. Have you heard any updates on Jair Alexander?
I can look for you. I was actually curious about that myself. Um, because we do have like a little bit of a mini buy, so that's kind of a good thing. So we have a few extra days, which should help Jair. Um,
Come
but I can
on.
also see us like potentially sitting a guy like Jair against a team like Jacksonville. Now, if Kevin King misses the Jags game, I'm gonna be legitimately freaking worried. Like, there's something bad about that.
Dude, I want to see who just completely biffed on this coverage on the San Francisco touchdown. Yeah, it's got to be blown coverage. He just wasn't covered at all. And then it looks like after he catches the ball, 41, whoever, I think that might be Henry Black. He comes over trying to
Could be.
make up for it. Took a bad angle, though.
Um,
Dude, it's
no,
always
I'm not.
disappointing. It's
Yeah, I'm
always
not seeing any updates. It looks like he's just got a legit concussion. He's just gonna have to go through concussion protocol.
Well, I'm just, dude, if it's a concussion, I'm okay with that. I just worry. Anytime you see a head injury, you always got to be concerned about the neck.
Yeah. It looks like he's okay in that regard. He was able to get up and like walk off. He was even like cognizant that he got hit pretty good in the head, and he like pointed at his head and took himself out of the game. So, um, yeah. So
No, but I was going to say, it's always disappointing. And you see this just so often with the Packers teams. It's kind of like they lack defensive toughness and pride that you're holding the team to 3 points and you don't keep playing to
right.
keep them there. You're like, oh, whatever, we'll let them score a
For
couple
pride,
times.
yeah, like you want like the defense. The defense is still yet to have a statement game.
Dude, when's the last time we had a shutout? Do you remember?
I don't know, like the fucking '60s.
No, no, no. We
I
we
know
did
not
have
the '60s.
I know we had one against the Jets. I want to say it might have been the Super Bowl year, 2010. But yeah, man, it's just like how many years have we been wishing we had a tough, nasty defense?
Since I've been a Packer fan, uh,
And then
even
you one
so,
team breaks.
even when we had like those 2 or 3 years when we had a good defense, we never like it was a good defense, but it wasn't like a freaking nasty. Well, okay, 1 year, I will agree that we had a nasty defense. That was the year like Charles Woodson won like defensive player of the year. Clay Matthews was just like making play after play. Cullen Jenkins was just like a disruptor. BJ Raji was killing it. That was the 1 year where I loved our defense. And Nick Collins was just like picking dudes off left and right.
Sam
Other than
Shields,
that,
Javon Williams, to all the talent on that defense.
other than that really year, like, man, it's been a struggle. It's been struggle city, dude.
Dude, I just hate like if you watch someone like Pittsburgh play, like holy Christ, man, it's fun to watch a nasty, tough defense that
Because
just
you know what else
comes and
Pittsburgh
sticks.
does? They go out and like and they trade for guys like Minka Fitzpatrick.
Dude, that was a bold move that just completely paid off for them. That was an excellent
Holy,
move.
holy fuck, dude! You are never gonna guess who is carrying the ball for us in this fourth quarter right now.
Is it no longer Aaron Peck?
Nope, it's fucking John Lovett.
Oh man,
We
you
got
got.
John Lovett in there taking fucking carries up the middle.
Hey man, as a former high school fullback, I got to say I love seeing these guys get some action with the ball.
Holy shit! Hey man, get get it. Oh, we did pull Rogers. We got the Tim Boyle show going. Well, we even pulled the offensive line. We got all backups in there now.
That's actually I like that decision, man. Get some of those young guys some experience because we
Yeah,
have had a lot of shuffling on the line. This is legit the practice squad playing right now.
yeah, yep. Um, wow, this is weird to see. This is just weird to see. It is weird to see like J.K. Scott being the best player on the field right now. Oh shit, you're not that far. Yeah, we do have to punt, by the way.
Yeah, I assume it's just 3 runs up the gut. Would love it.
Yeah, hopefully, man. I would love it if we could just keep 'em at 10 points, or even like end the game on a turnover. Like that would be nice to like get a pick or something like that to like seal the deal. Um, hey, they just showed some Seattle Seahawks stuff right now. The Seahawks are averaging 34 points per game, and Russell Wilson has 26 touchdown passes.
That's the same
Ha-
number Rodgers had all of last year.
yeah. So this is week 9, so they haven't even played week 9. So this is halfway through the year. If Russell Wilson keeps the same pace, he's going to finish with 52 touchdowns. 52 touchdowns.
Record's 54, right?
I think so. Yeah, Peyton Manning had that. I think.
Or actually, no.
Man,
So, Mahomes, he said it was 55.
okay, 55 then. Yep. Um, the one thing you'll notice is I, I I do want to mention this. So San Francisco's beat us on a couple deep throws, but they've been like broken down zone coverages where the receiver just sits down. Other than that, it's bubble screens. They just ran a fucking bubble screen and it went for like 8 yards.
Yeah, they've been killing us with the screen,
Yeah,
man.
why are we allowing? At this point, you know what they're gonna do. Why do you still allow them to do it then? Make fucking adjustments. It's like Penn's incapable of making a fucking adjustment.
Yeah, it is. So I've just caught up to where they're showing the Russell Wilson stats, and I'm really curious if he's going to be able to maintain that pace. Like he's really played lights out all year. Um, but yeah, man, that's a really hot pace to keep up. Dude, I still think as good as Seattle's playing right now, as good as Russell Wilson is playing, I think I would rather face them than Tampa. Um, yeah, I guess I was gonna say the Cardinals, but no, I'd rather face the Cardinals than the Seahawks.
Yeah, I would say yeah for sure. I would definitely. Now the Cardinals beat the Seahawks, but yes,
Yeah,
I would rather see the. I'd rather face the Cardinals. You know, not for nothing. Our oh my god, you gotta stop this. Um, oh, did we? Did we? Oh, you little asshole ref. Not for nothing. When we played the Cardinals in the playoffs, the last 2 times we played them, one of the most exciting playoff games I've ever watched. Now we didn't win either of them, but they've been highly entertaining.
Yeah, both of those games were just barn burners, just fantastic games until we fucking lost them in
Just
overtime.
yeah, just basically no defense. Like just get rid of the defense. It's just like shootouts, like 40 plus points on each side shootouts every time. Oh,
I'm
no
on
interception, no turn. Oh, but now there's a flag. Fuck it, of course.
Yeah,
I
dude,
think I just
honestly,
saw Darnell Savage out there, and I like the fact that I just saw Darnell Savage out there because he deserves to be out there right now. He has not played good enough to fucking get pulled from this game.
nice hit. Nice hit.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You son of a, he did that to himself. He did it to himself.
All right. You're ahead of me. I don't know what's happening right now.
We got an awesome sack, bro. You're about to see it. We sacked him hard, but Nick Mullins ducked.
All right. Well, I just got excited about that potential fumble, but I guess it's
Yeah, it
not.
wasn't fumble. Next play, we get a sack, but Nick Mullins ducks. He ducks his head down, which causes a helmet to helmet, and he gets called for a helmet to helmet on a sack.
That's bullshit.
The quarterback freaking ducks, dude.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that they kept Mullins in this whole game and didn't try out Bethard. Look what happens when you blitz. Wish we did that more often.
Same.
Come on, man. What are you supposed to do as a defender?
There's nothing. He ducked his head, dude. There's nothing you can do. He was committed to the tackle at that point. That's on him. That's on Mullins, dude. You should not penalize that.
Dude, I'm really liking this energy from Samuels, though. He's flying out there.
Yeah, he is.
Josh Jackson better watch out, man. Holman has played, like, we've called his name a few times as well. Like,
I liked Holman. There was another name that we drafted that I was really excited to see, but he was inactive for this game, and that was Vernon Scott, who was a safety for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these young guys have been doing all right.
They're playing for a job right now, man.
Yeah, dude, and that's exactly how, like, Josh Jackson should have that energy every week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jesus, man, Darnell Savage. Sometimes I feel like he's outplayed by Raven Green. You know, maybe he's got to have more of that energy.
Had that nice pick, but yeah, I would agree. Raven Green needs to probably pick it up a little bit too.
Well, no. I was saying Darnell Savage because I was saying
Oh,
Raven.
Savage, my bad. Yeah, I meant to say Savage too. So Savage is. Do you know that? Do you remember that Savage was the first defensive back off the freaking board in the draft?
Yep.
We took
Traded
him
up
over everyone else on the board. And what like grinds my gears is like, so we like, I think we even traded up for Savage.
Yeah, we did.
So we trade up for Savage. Been borderline bust so far, but then you see a guy like Antoine Winfield Jr. in Tampa, who's like basically a Pro Bowl safety already his rookie freaking year, and he was like a third-round draft pick.
That pick to me was so obvious. Like, you're the son of Antoine Winfield. You're gonna be a player. Like, that's.
God damn it.
Yeah, I'm looking at second and goal with 15 seconds left. Yeah, man. I mean, coming out of this game, thoughts, defense still softer than I would
tough
like.
to tough to say really because we're clearly facing like a San Francisco squad that's like at like 50% efficiency really. Like they're so freaking decimated, man. Um I feel like this is a game we had to win. If we didn't win this game, if we lost this fucking game, holy cow, sound the alarms. Sound the alarms like
Which I think that's probably the key thing to take out of this game is that LaFleur got the team prepared and everyone was like, all right, we need to go out here and perform, and they did. They did, and
yeah,
they
you just can't lose a game like this. You just can't lose it. Um I don't see San I don't think San Francisco makes the playoffs this year. Um Jimmy
I mean,
G
it'll definitely be tough. They are fourth in that division, but they're with the expanded playoff field, I could really see it, man. I
well,
think
Kittle's gone for the year,
it was 8 weeks, so
gone for the rest of the regular season. So you have to make the playoffs without Kittle. Jimmy G is about to, now I'm not saying he's like an all world quarterback, but
Jimmy
he's
G
better
is
than Nick
gone.
Mullins. Jimmy G is about to have surgery and potentially miss the rest of the season.
Dude,
Uh,
honestly, it would not surprise me if the Niners part ways with Jimmy G in next offseason, try to find
yeah,
someone else. Because I know Shanahan, he worked with Kirk Cousins back in Washington. He tried to get Cousins when he was a free agent. You got to think the Vikings are starting to think rebuild. Uh, would not surprise me to see some action there.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so I mean, energy of the team and being prepared for a road game against an opponent that has had our number. I think we passed that test with flying colors. Offense, nice chunk plays throughout the game. Devontae dominating. Aaron Jones looking good coming back from injury. Rodgers looking sharp for the most part. Defense, like I said, a little bit softer than I'd like, but they finally started making a few impact plays. Maybe that stacks. I mean, we've got the Niners B squad this week. We've got the Jags next week. Maybe things start rolling and we pick up some confidence there. Um, Offensive line holding up really well despite injuries. There's not a lot of ugly in this game. It was a pretty damn positive game overall.
yeah, I would agree with that. Um, I like that we got so their offensive line had some problems, but for the most part, I would say it's the strongest part of their team. It was nice to see some pressure on that line, like a little oomph, kind of, for the
I
first
will
time.
say though, we didn't see the pressure until we knew they were passing. And Kenny Clark, he was still completely invisible the whole game. Um, I I think there's something wrong with Kenny Clark right now, and
It could be like God. I almost want to say like, did we bring him back too early or something, or like I don't know.
dude, honestly, this is the sort of game where I actually would have really loved if we had Jordan Love active because I think
Hmm.
this is a defense where
I was
he
actually just responding to a text from a friend that said, "Why didn't we put in Jordan Love?" And I had to explain to him. I was like, "That dude wasn't even dressed for this game. He was inactive. Like
yeah.
he hasn't been active for a single game so far this year."
But that's like against this banged up defense. Like I feel like that's where you want to get him in, where he can build some confidence. You don't want to send him out when we were getting blown out by Tampa Bay because that'll just wreck him. But like if we had the chance to like send him out in garbage time against a decimated defense,
Hmm.
kind of nice to see how he's reading the field and stuff.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess it would be nice to see that, especially if there was ever a game where you would trot someone out like that. It would be like this game. Clearly, it would be this game. Uh, I think with everything that was going on, though, I think with like the running back situation, the few injuries we had, I was like, I didn't think LaFleur even wanted to mess with it,
Yeah.
and he also probably didn't want to mess with the PR backlash that would come with like giving Jordan Love any playing time, because the media is gonna ask a shit ton of questions about it and probably like over like psychoanalyze things like a motherfucker. I don't think you want to deal with it. I think Jordan Love is going to be inactive every game this year unless the worst happens where Rodgers gets hurt. But season's over with at that point anyway, if that ever happens. I don't think we
So
see
what?
Jordan
You
Love
don't
ever
think
take a
Tim Boyle
snap
can lead us to the
until
Super
preseason.
Bowl?
Now, Tim Boyle did good enough to beat out Jordan Love for the backup QB job, but also at the same time, I feel like it's not saying too much
Well, they
because
did say that
Jordan Love
Tim
had
Boyle
a
looked
terrible
pretty.
camp. So
They said Tim Boyle looked pretty good in camp. That he was throwing the ball
best he's
sharply.
ever looked, man. Like awesome. Like he could run the whole offense. Like
And the thing is,
almost
like,
as good as
whenever
Rodgers.
he's getting in the game, it's always just kneel down. So we haven't actually been able to really see him.
No, I've never seen extensive Tim Boyle action ever. I would like to see him like who knows, like what if like Tim Boyle's like the next like Matt Hasselbeck, you know?
I
Like
was just
Matt,
thinking the same thing, man.
yeah. He could
Like,
be, man.
yeah, it's not unheard of. Like we have
He
a
could be.
history of late round and undrafted QBs
Or
who
Green
become
Bay's got
solid
a
starters.
Green Bay's got a history of producing good quarterbacks. Mark Brunell, uh, Kurt Warner. So, I mean, they're there. But I'm glad we got the dub. We're what 6-2 now.
6-2,
6-2.
and
Now
Chicago's
I believe
5-3.
when we did our game by game analysis before the season started, I'm pretty sure both of us had us losing this game.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I know I did. So, boy, was it nice to fucking pick up a dub on this one. In fact, I would have to go back and watch that video over again to see how correct we've been. I haven't been 100%. I know that for
Yeah,
sure.
I know I called a second year in a row with a divisional sweep, and the fucking Vikings spoiled that last week.
Yeah. It's never happened before, by the way. No team's ever gone back to back divisional sweeps. I read so it's pretty tough to do. Just didn't think it was going to come to the against the 1-6 Vikings, but yeah, here we are. By the way, we haven't even played the fucking Bears once yet.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah, we haven't played the goddamn Bears once yet.
Dude, like I said, we're not gonna play them until we got Jacksonville next week. We got the Colts after that. Then we play the Bears.
Yeah, week 11 and week 17.
Yeah.
This might be one of the latest we've ever played the Bears. Like, damn. That's going to be a hell of a game when we play the Bears, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one.
Do we have them at home first or on the road?
Yeah, we have them at home on first.
So it means week 17's got to be on the road in Chicago. Rodgers finishes the game with 305 yards passing and 4 touchdowns, 25 for 31.
He's having a good year, man.
Yeah, he sure is.
The crazy thing is,
I don't think he wins MVP. I think Russell Wilson's almost got that locked up already. But
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's crazy that Rodgers very realistically probably passes for more than 40 touchdowns and still ain't gonna win MVP.
no, they just showed on TV that this is the 22nd game of Rodgers' career where he's had 4+ touchdowns and 0 interceptions. I think that puts him like 3rd on the all-time list or something like that.
I would assume Peyton Manning's probably number 1.
Probably. Maybe Tom might be on there too. Or maybe Montana. I wouldn't be surprised if Montana's on there.
Yeah, man. Well, it was good to get back to watching some Packers football with
Fuck yeah. To pick up a dub, baby.
And
Pick up a dub.
It's always nice to see a blowout. I hate that they ended with 17 points because that's not how they played.
Garbage time points too.
They
Yeah,
played
we
like
could
they
have.
could end with 3 points.
I'm going when I do my Packer chats with like the other cheeseheads out there in the world. That's going to be something I consistently bring up. It's like, yeah, we look good, we played dominant, but it would have been so nice to see Patton keep the foot on the fucking gas pedal the whole 4 quarters. Like, get a dominant win. Start to streak some fucking fear into some other offenses, maybe a little bit.
That's
Like
not Mike Patton.
no,
That's not his attitude.
but then Mike Patton's not the defensive coordinator for us.
Dude, the San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator, he would be aiming for a shutout if he had the chance.
The defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, is probably back in the back room right now, probably talking to the devil about selling his soul so that he can fucking destroy Mike Patton the next time he goes up against him. That's the type of guy we need in Green Bay. Let's go get Kevin Green to be our defensive coordinator. All right. If Kevin Green can't fucking pump everyone up and get him energized, no one can. I want Kevin Green for defensive coordinator.
Dude, that's one nice thing about LaFleur is that, even though he keeps things composed, he does show some fire and energy on the sidelines from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Our defensive coordinators over the last decade, between Dom Capers and Mike Patton, they're like statues, like just no energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're a defense, you're supposed to be out there hitting people, man. But
did you see anything from Amos tonight?
no.
Besides, like, we mentioned him once, but not too much. If you had to pick if you had to pick an offensive and defensive MVP from this game, obviously we would probably both pick Aaron Rodgers. And if we had to pick a number 2, it would be Devontae. But on the defensive side, who do you think would be the defensive MVP of the game? Raven Green had the pick. Man, you know what? It sounds crazy. Z had the strip sack. I think I would go with Preston Smith, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he's the one who sort of got the momentum rolling.
Yeah,
Pressure.
he did seem to get consistent pressure in the backfield more than the other defensive players. He was the most disruptive player on defense tonight. It looked like, which was such a nice thing to see. Such a nice thing to see.
Yeah, and like the interception, like the turnovers that came, like it wasn't. They seemed to all be related to pressure. Like it wasn't like a secondary defender making a great play on their own. It was pressure. So yeah, I'll give it to Preston Smith. He ultimately he didn't actually have any sacks as far as I'm aware, but he had consistent pressure and really influenced the game early on. Do we want to do just a real quick rundown on stats just before we close this up?
Yeah. Do you want to bring them up or you want me to look them up?
I can do it.
Okay. I would be interested to see what Aaron Jones did today. And I'm also interested in seeing what the other receivers besides Devontae Adams did, especially Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I know he had 2 touchdowns tonight, so.
Yeah, dude, he could have done better if he didn't have the dropsies.
Yeah. Would have been nice. I want Lazard back next week.
Yeah, dude, MVS is such an infuriating player because you see he's got the tools to be dominant.
When you look at the stat box and you see the 2 touchdowns and the yardage, you're gonna be like, "Oh, MVS had a great game." He didn't have a great game though. He had a pretty shitty game.
Yeah, he had one good play, and then he caught a second touchdown, but it's not. Yeah.
The TD receptions were just like Tanyan's like a few weeks ago. It was just kind of like right place at the right time. Like just happened to be the most open receiver on that play.
All right, so running through the stats real quick. Aaron Rodgers, 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, real solid game out of him. Aaron Jones, we ended up giving him 15 carries for 58 yards. That was only a 3.9 average, but I think he looked better than the stats say there. He also had 5 catches for 21 yards. So relatively quiet game, but I, I was I was happy with how he looked coming back from injury. Tyler Irvin as a backup, 8 carries for 24 yards, so 3 yard average. Not very good there, but he did have 4 catches for 48 yards, and I do recall he had a real nice screen. So maybe that's an extra wrinkle we can throw into the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, oh man. Uh, okay, all right. Sorry, I was looking at the rushing stats. Uh, Yeah, so rushing, we gave Malik Taylor a carry for 9 yards. Dexter Williams had 2 for 8.
Dexter
Rod,
only had 2.
yeah,
Well, he did get hurt, but
Rogers scrambled once for 7. John Lovett had 3 for 6. Receiving, Devontae Adams, just a typical game from him. 10 catches, 173 yards, touchdown on 12 targets. Just dominant.
he had 12 targets.
Yep.
Man, that man, he's got to make all pro this year. Even with like missing, could you imagine what his stats would be if he like didn't miss any time? Like
Dude, yeah. I honestly
people,
think he's threatening Michael Thomas's reception record.
yeah, I was just gonna say people go nuts over Michael Thomas's like stats last year. I feel like Devontae would like challenge that, like give it a good run.
I agree, man. I agree. Dude, honestly, with the way Devontae is playing, even missing those games, it would not surprise me if he ends up leading the league in touchdowns. Um, but going through our receivers, so Devontae, he had 12 targets. After that, the next most targeted players, Tyler Irvin had 5 and Aaron Jones had 5. Um, So yeah, Rodgers didn't look to other receivers a whole lot. MVS, he had 4 targets, caught 2 of them for 2 touchdowns, 53 yards. Um, and then after that, you're just looking at Tanyan had a catch for 5 yards. Yeah, just not even worth mentioning stuff. We barely involved the tight ends in this game. Defense. Darius Smith, he had the sack strip and recovered the fumble as well. Raven Green, he had the interception. Um,
What else? They don't get snap counts in there, do they?
no.
Okay.
Uh, I did not notice Oren Burks on the field at all in that game, but stats say he had 3 tackles, 2 assists, and 1 tackle for a loss. So I guess he was out there. Um, Yeah, nothing crazy from the defense really. Like even though we were getting some pressure, we actually only had the 1 sack. Uh Crosby 2 for 2 on field goals, nailed that 53-yarder. Doing a quick look over the Niners. Um wow, Mullins actually almost had a 300-yard game. Didn't realize he was getting that many yards.
Well, he
Touchdown.
got those in garbage time, man.
Yeah.
And then there's those few like big plays. We were doing great, dude. As I said, like in like that start of the third quarter, Devontae Adams had 139 yards receiving, and Nick Mullins only had 130 yards passing going into the third quarter. Like he got so much in that fourth quarter garbage time crap.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Um Oh wow, yeah. Looking at the receivers, Richie James, whoever the hell that is,
never heard of
he
him.
had, he had 9 catches on 13 targets for 184 yards and a touchdown. Ugly, ugly. You giving up
Did
184 yards to Richie James catching passes from Nick Mullins?
did did Kevin White have any catches?
Nope. No, he did
Nothing.
not.
They kept showing him.
Yeah, it actually looks like they're entire receiving offense was pretty much Richie James. After that, the next highest guy was Ross Dwelly, 3 catches for 52 yards. Running game, Jerick McKinnon, he had 12 carries for 52 and a touchdown. So not a bad outing from him. He also had 3 catches for 16 yards. Yeah, wow, that's kind of crazy that they had one player who was dominating and Patton couldn't remove that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Fred Warner had a good game for them. 9 tackles, 4 assists, tackle for a loss. But yeah, dude, that was a good team effort, good solid game. Hope they don't get complacent. Hope they stay hungry and go out and try to dominate Jacksonville even more than they just dominated.
And we should. Jacksonville's a sneaky, decently good team though. Like I know they're like kind of like going through like a rebuild, but they can drop points on you. Like they got some pieces in place that they cut Fournette for a reason. James Robinson's like sneaky putting up some sneaky good stats. I think from a fantasy perspective, I think he's the 3rd best running back in fantasy right now.
Really?
James Robinson. Yep.
Wow.
They got themselves some players there in DJ Chark and as well as Laviska Shenault, who's also putting up some good numbers. They got some pieces there on offense who can give us some problems. And if Jair can't go next week, or Kevin King, man, those receivers could eat, man.
Yeah, that's definitely scary to think. And the Jacksonville defense, they actually have some pieces too. You know, they got Josh Allen, Miles
Josh
Jack.
Allen.
They just this year they drafted. They had 2 first-rounders that they put on the defense. Their names are slipping my mind at the moment, but they do have some young talent on that defense. So yeah, man, it's it could be closer than we think. We should blow them out, but you know, if the team doesn't take them seriously, it could be a nail biter.
Yeah.
But having said all that, it was good to watch some football with you again.
For sure, man.
Any closing thoughts, Drew?
None off the top of my head. You know what? I've been thinking about doing some blogging here soon. So, Cheesehead fans, keep tuned. Check out the website, contextgaming.com. Coming up here soon, I might start doing some blogging and doing some post-game thoughts and analysis and doing some write-ups on it, as well as like some good, bad, ugly type stuff. So keep your eye out for that. I'm not sure if I'll do it this week, but probably by the end of the season, I might dabble in one. So keep your eye out for that. And as always, keep an eye out for my and Cody's next watch party. Probably one of my favorite things to do with Context Gaming is to watch some Packer games with this guy and break down some Packer games, drink some beer, and yell at the TV, man. So been a lot of fun, Cody. I appreciate it. You stopping in. Until next time, Packer faithful, go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go.